Hello, welcome to the DGG stream, guys. Are we excited for some real life content today? More StarCraft 2 tomorrow, maybe. Why? Okay, say hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Farha. It's nice to meet you.
Nice. What do you do? What are you known for?
I do TikTok.
Nice.
They seem pretty displeased about my type of content, but yeah.
Yeah, because they want to see StarCraft, and you're here ruining the stream with red pill shit.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that make you feel?
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. About to pink pill your audience.
Yeah? Okay. Nice focus. Oh. Okay. We have to maintain the same from the camera. Okay.
What?
Like the same distance so that it doesn't blur out.
Okay.
It's very important that you're in focus, okay?
Moving.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. Okay. Okay. You contacted me because you said you wanted to clout shark and leech TikTok clips, I think was the thing.
Yeah. I wanted to edit it in a way where I get like one good line.
Yeah. And you dunk me.
You fumble, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you were looking for, can you guys hear us? Does this look okay or does it sound okay or what? Have you ever been on stream before? I don't think so. She's done a few or one Fresh and Fit episode, right? Oh, stop leaning in. Sorry. Have you done more than one Fresh and Fit episode?
One Fresh and Fit episode and then one Fresh stream.
Okay. You sound like shit and look like shit. Thank you, Harry. Thank you. You need to speak louder also. Can you do that?
Maybe they were talking to me.
No, I am talking to you.
No, I mean the look and sound like shit. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. You said we have to like maintain the same distance from the camera. So is this okay?
Yeah, but just earlier you told me you weren't going to move, but now you're leaning forward. So
well,
if you're willing to lean
said
forward,
they couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was an important part to you. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Them hearing me.
Yeah. Aren't women not meant to be heard, right? They're meant to be seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Myron Gaines.
Okay. What did you want to argue about? We went over some topics yesterday.
You have this video ready to go. Some JP wisdom.
Yeah, some Jordan Peterson wisdom. So, Pixie, who is one of the girls in that Sneeko video. Do you remember which one?
The one who was talking, the brunette?
The blonde.
Okay.
She was the second one. Coincidentally sent me this video this morning. Or no, oh my God, I mixed her up with another blonde. Sorry. Another person sent me this video in the morning and they were like, what is your take on this?
Okay.
And she's like one of the people that hates my takes on all this. So
have you already seen this?
Yes. I have. So I've written a full thesis already, okay? And you're going to be going off the top of the dome, okay?
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's like a 2-minute thing though, but this is like rehashing actually a lot of what we talked about last night, basically. So it's kind of, I think this is a good starting point for the conversation, okay?
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. Why does this guy say this? What does this mean? Poker in the eye.
Sneeko might have done that to me.
Yeah? Okay.
Just do it. It won't work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It won't work. See how it like just like bounces off?
Because the lens is
bounces off the real
yeah,
lens.
That's weird. I don't want to smudge your glasses up anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so fucking bright back there. Oh, hold on, actually. Wait. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. This color's way better. Good call, whoever said whatever the fuck. Okay. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this,
one shot.
But this is like...
One opportunity. What?
One shot for what?
To not fuck this up.
Okay.
Because remember, I'm farming TikTok clips right now too, okay?
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, okay. What, is there a problem with the mic arm?
I don't want to mess with brain rot politics.
True. That's my #1 fan.
His income. His bread and butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you okay? Because it seems like the arm is triggering you. We can switch if you want.
You made it sound like this is like a precarious position and they can't hear me. You said if I can't hear myself from this, they can't hear me.
Well, we can hear you now, but now you're like actually speaking up more, so.
Okay, so it's not about distance, just volume.
Well, volume and distance kind of play into each other, right?
Like, do you want me to just be like hovering by this, or would you rather I just?
Well,
like...
you can either talk like this, and that's fine,
Oh.
or you can come back here and you can speak like this. But you can't do this. Does that
Okay,
make sense?
yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a good friend of the stream, Jordan Peterson.
Is he actually?
Fuck no. Someday I'll talk to this guy, maybe. Can somebody explain to me for this video, why the fuck does he have AirPods in on this fucking video? I don't know why, but okay. Good luck. Okay, this is about 2 or 3 minutes, I think. Hold on. Fuck. Let me get that time thing. Because he's listening to Juice WRLD and vibing. Nice. Okay, till 1:35:29. Okay, good luck.
When you're 16, how you don't know the answer to any of those questions. Like, you're not sophisticated enough to. And I saw this in my clinical practice all the time. You know, I had lots of women in my clinical practice who were abused serially. And
Wait, is this way too loud or what? Turn it down. I'm deaf. Oh, our mics might be quiet compared to Mr. Peterson over here. Okay, hold on.
you know, they were generally stunningly unsophisticated in their
Is that okay now, or ask Sneeko for help? I don't know how Sneeko does this shit. Shut the fuck up. I don't do real life stream setups that much, okay? This would be such a good thing to have a studio for. Fuck.
Yeah.
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 Where's your studio?
The Fresh and Fit studio.
Yeah, that's your studio? Oh, okay, cool. All right.
conduct.
Okay,
And
there we
I'm
go.
not so women in my clinical practice who were abused serially. And, you know, they were generally stunningly unsophisticated in their conduct. And I'm not trying to blame the victim. I'm just saying that sophisticated women, and those are often those they've had a lot of good relationships with men, brothers and fathers in particular. Sophisticated women signal to men who are getting a little pushy, in no uncertain terms, very early in the pushing game, that no is the answer.
Remember that, but can I draw your attention to something, okay? This suit, these are real platinum bars. Did you know that?
What do you mean?
This is real platinum embedded in his
How
suit.
do you know?
I just know. That's awesome. I just want you to know that, okay?
Is that why they're calling him Jordan Jipperson in the chat?
I didn't know they were calling him Jordan Jipperson. I'm just saying.
You all have an eye for this?
Yes, this is also, we do fashion here.
Okay, what about the rings? What are they made of?
I don't know anything about jewelry.
Can you appraise the suit, the blazer, knowing that they're real platinum lines?
First of all, this is not a blazer. This is a full, two-piece suit, top and bottom.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Number one.
We don't know what he's wearing on the bottom.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll go back. Okay, remember. Okay, go ahead.
Right?
Remember that.
And they do that.
Or what he
I just
said.
wanted to draw attention to his suit. It's a nice suit. It looks really cool. I just want to give him props for it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Game that no is the answer, right? And they do that. If you do that really early on in the investigation, you don't have to use much force. But unsophisticated women, they can't do that at all. They don't know how. And then what happens is they run into an unsophisticated guy. He's too dumb to pick up any clues. And then by the time she really wants to say no, she's already on the bed. I'll give you an example of this. You know, I had one client who was coerced in her account into a sexual encounter by a door-to-door salesman. You know, typical pornographic fantasy setup. So this young guy is going around door-to-door selling whatever he's selling. So he's not one of the world's high-status males, let's put it that way. And, you know, and I suppose he's probably got all sorts of fantasies running through his pornography-addled brain. And so he comes to the door and she's in the house and she's a reasonably attractive young woman and he's friendly. And, well, the first thing she does is invite him in. Now that's stupid. She's alone. She doesn't know who he is at all. And she invites him in. Well, he thinks, oh my God, what is she at? You know, maybe she really likes me. And you already said that men, and this is especially true if they're narcissistic and immature, radically overestimate the degree to which a woman's attention is signaling sexual availability for obvious reasons. And so he's thinking, oh my God, this is my big chance. And so then he starts to press her, and she has no tools at her disposal at all because she has no idea how to signal no. And let's say she's agreeable and neurotic with a bit of a history of abuse. And the next thing she knows, she finds herself on the couch, 3/4 undressed. And then the question is, well, is that rape? And well, then that's the question. That's when the police come in and the lawyers come in, and you spend the next 3 years trying to figure out whether or not that's rape. But it's so my point with all that is that it's an open question how much protection women need from the males around them.
What do you think about that?
Is that the entirety of what we're watching?
Well, for now, that's the only thing I watched. So yesterday we had a disagreement. So here's my issue, okay? It seems like we are very critical of men that push too hard for sex and maybe rape someone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, physically rape someone. And I think the problem there is a lot of the time, guys are not considering what women are thinking. They're just like trying to push for what they want.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also said women get away with emotionally raping men because they will friend zone somebody and have no consideration for their feelings. And they push for like the friend stuff, even though the guy wants a relationship. But for some reason, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the former leads to possible impregnation, STDs, lifelong trauma. The latter just leads to freaking spending $5 to get Myron Gaines to notice you on the FNF podcast.
Okay, hold on. First rule, okay? Don't call anybody out because I don't want. Well, actually, you know what? You can call them out, but your opinions are your own. Okay. So if you want to shit on Myron,
I'm not even shitting on Myron. I'm shitting on the subsection of men who pay to get his attention, whose lives they change.
Good. Okay, that's good. Okay, that was a much better way of phrasing that.
I'm just saying, how are those comparable traumas at all? But I guess
so the output of like getting pregnant and getting STDs is pretty bad. I'll agree with you there. Okay. However, I don't think they're relevant. So for instance, let's say that rape on a scale from 1 to 100, let's say rape is like 85% bad. Like it's like, right, like 100 is like killing your whole family, or 85% bad is like rape, okay? If you were to get rid of the chance of impregnation and the chance of STDs, it would still be like 84% bad. It wouldn't like drop a ton, like, okay, well, as long as he's raping with like a condom on, then it's like not that, right? So I don't think like when we think about like why rape is bad, we don't think of like, well, the STDs and pregnancy are a huge part of it. I think it's a small part of it.
Right, it's because a boundary is being transgressed versus with the emotional rape, where is the boundary being transgressed? That's where the whole talking point of,
so here's
mind reading shouldn't be expected should come in.
Yeah, so for the rape thing, what is the boundary that's being transgressed?
Consent, sexual consent.
And I think that's the issue, is it's expected that the woman is not going to be capable of enforcing that boundary. So the boundary has to be mind read by the guy. Right?
Wait, say that one more time. It's the default is that the woman cannot verbally or physically
the woman
enforce
has
that
no
boundary.
boundaries. She doesn't say any ever, right? Now she does. We both know. Hopefully she does.
Yeah.
But the woman will never verbalize it. It's the man's responsibility to figure out what that boundary is while going after sex.
What I thought was interesting about that clip, maybe I'm just drunk, but I don't think he even like detailed the sexual interaction. He just goes, she invites him in, and then the police investigate. So he's basically just like, were there any details about the sexual encounter?
Well, the sexual encounter is not important though. That's the full screen your camera. Okay.
Because he's implying the invitation equates consent.
Not quite that either. What his point was that if you have a woman that's unsophisticated and she's not good at like asserting her boundaries and being like masculine or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and she just kind of like goes with the flow, and then you get a man who's unsophisticated
and bad at reading signals.
Yeah,
is what it means.
Then he's just going to push. And in that circumstance, you're setting everybody up to either rape or get raped. It's like a really fucked situation. Because the woman is never going to assert her boundary because she's too stupid to. The guy's never going to notice her boundary because he's too stupid to.
Is that what he's implying? That the guy is just ignorant? Or is he saying at that point, the guy gets so excited that his excitement overrides his, like, her social cues?
A little, but they're one and the same, I think, right? Like a guy getting, like one of the phrases he used was that young men tend to overestimate the sexual invitation of a woman who's just being nice to them. Have you ever met a guy and you're like, hey, and he's like, oh my God, she's smiling at me. And the guy's like, I know she wants to fuck me. And he just like is on you for the rest of the night.
Yes, at Space.
Oh, the club.
Yeah.
That's what you go to the club for, okay? So, But yeah, so that's so he's, but it's not because the guys are like, I'm gonna be so selfish, I'm gonna fuck you because I hate thinking of women. Blah. It's just like guys are just like, because men are lonely. Okay, we don't get a lot of people talking to us. So when a woman says like hi, you're like, oh my god, that's my soulmate, and she knows it, and you just like fixate on that. It's stupid, but.
So you think it's just sheer ignorance? There's no malice
Yeah, because I think
in most essays. In most, can we say assault on Twitch or on YouTube?
You say whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Well.
Well,
don't like call people the N-word, okay?
Yeah, besides that, what can I say?
No, you can say whatever. Wait, just don't talk about the vaccine stuff, because apparently sometimes my channel gets hit on that.
But you can say, like, sexual assault?
Yeah, we can say that. I don't know why some people are scared about saying that, but... Jesus, okay.
What?
There's this woman, and I hate this woman. But I know this woman, and I love this woman. But I hate this one. And they're tweeting at each other. It was not related at all to this, sorry. I'm sorry. We were talking about the guys. Oh, I don't think it's malicious most of the time. No.
Okay.
Do you think it is? Wait, I'm curious. How do you think like most rape happens?
Well, statistically, they say it happens with someone you know. And I'm thinking, if you're friends with a girl, you know her pretty well, right?
The like, one I'm raping or not raping? What do we...
In general, like with your female friends, you could probably, when you're friends with someone, you can read their body language. You can tell when they're upset. You've become attuned to those signals. So that's why I have a hard time believing there's no malice if most rapes happen within situations between either acquaintances or people who are closer than acquaintances.
Do you think most guys are good at like reading signals and everything?
No, but I think a lot of guys are also okay with transgressing the signals they do read.
Really?
So you think most rape is just a matter of the guy misreading the signal? That's what you're saying?
Here's what I think, okay? I think that when you're emotionally compromised, I think you act retarded. So...
Emotionally compromised? What do you mean?
Yes. So, like, if I have a thing, personally, right, where I probably won't message a girl 2 or 3 times, and then I'm done. Like, if I send a message and she doesn't respond, I might message once more, and if she doesn't respond, I might send one more, like, a few weeks later, and then past that, I'm like, I can't, this is, like, cringe as fuck, okay? Like, she's obviously not into me. Mm-hmm. But if I'm, like, super into a girl, I might start, like, inventing excuses for myself, right?
So, like,
oh my
intentional
God, we're so blurry.
delusion.
Oh, the trash can. Hold on. Like, if I'm like super into a girl, I might start like emotionally, like if I'm emotionally compromised, I might start like intellectually coping. I'll be like, oh, okay, well, it's the weekend. Maybe she was busy. Maybe she didn't see my last message, right? Like in any other circumstance, I would.
I think that's like a genderless experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's focusing on the curtain. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Just
stay closer to the middle.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would have a really hard time. In the middle of it, like noticing what's going on. That's what I mean, right? Mm-hmm. So for a guy, right, I think it might be really obvious for a guy where like, okay, let's say you see this girl and she's like not being very responsive, like what's going on? He's like, yeah, she's probably not into him. But when you're close to her, you're like, okay, well maybe when I tried to touch her, maybe she didn't feel it, or maybe she's like into me but she's nervous, or maybe she's waiting for me to like man up and make a move. Like I think you start like second guessing yourself a ton. And then socially, like the expectations are for the man to push, and for the woman to just like sit back and decide if she wants to receive the man's like aggressions or not, or think of like a less heated word, but like his advances, you know? And I think that in that situation, it's just set up for like women to get raped and men to rape, but there's not like, that doesn't require any malice there. It's just like the circumstances, I guess. So
he's saying it's like an unsophisticated type of woman who allows that to happen.
Yeah.
But you're saying it's not. It's like...
No, I agree with that. Because if the woman right at the start of the interaction, it might get uncomfortable or weird, but if she's like, hey, we're not fucking tonight. I have no intention of fucking you. Mm-hmm. Guys are going to do one of 3 things. They're going to say, well, fuck you, bitch, and walk. They're going to try to argue with you, like, well, why not, blah, 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 blah. Or they might turn into fuckboys and try to, like, manipulate you, maybe. But, like, most guys aren't just going to, like, do the same. They're going to change at that point. If you say, I'm not fucking you, like, just so you know, like, something's going to change on their half. Yeah.
So last night we were talking about the Aziz Ansari case, and you said that case is BS because clearly it was just a bad date. And I think it's interesting to bring up now because she did say no, and he kept pushing, so...
Fuck me. You're going to bring that up, and I have to...
What?
Okay.
No, I'm saying, how do you...
Well, the reason is, like, for me to make big... I remember we read her whole article on it, but the I don't remember it in detail. Did she say no when he kept pushing?
Should we pull it up? Babe.net, that's where the story broke.
Yeah. Watch out.
Babe.net, I went on a date with Aziz Ansari and it was the worst date of my life.
Babe.net. Babe.net.
Just search Aziz, yeah.
I don't know how to spell his fucking name. Is that close?
No. Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, Google knows what I'm looking for. Okay. Do you want to read or do you want me to read? Are you a good reader?
While drunk? No.
Okay.
You don't have to read the whole thing. I would say just scroll because the first is like.
Well,
vividly
no. We need. If we're
describing-
gonna talk about it, we should read the whole thing. Okay.
The first half is just like describing a very intimate like lobster and wine date and how we ordered
Well,
like
maybe
the
that's
wrong
part
type
of it.
wine.
Okay. All right. I'm reading this. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
Can you do it like ASMR style?
No.
Okay.
Fuck you. Okay. Ready? By Katie Way. Okay. Unless you want to read it ASMR style.
I just want it to be compelling. It's so long. Maybe an
It's
accent.
you know. Oh, you don't care about a woman's story about being sexually pressured
I don't
by.
care about Katie Way's.
Oh, you don't care about her.
Breaking news of the story.
Okay.
I didn't need to know what type of wine they drank. No.
Okay. Anything else you don't give a fuck about her detailed account of her trauma? Okay. All right. She approached him because she recognized
Like
his...
this reads like smut. Like this feels for some reason.
she's trying to
more
make it
offensive.
entertaining. Well, because she's a writer.
I just feel like this was her first journalism piece, and like she had only taken creative writing courses prior to this.
Oh, creative writing. So you think she made it up? Okay, let me just read. Okay, stop. Okay. She approached him because she recognized his camera flash. Aziz Ansari. Ansari was taking pictures of the 2017 Emmy Awards after party with a film camera, not a digital one. I stood up, and I'm like tipsy at this point, feeling really confident. I'm in a gown, and I walked up to Aziz and said, "What'd you just shoot with?" Grace is a 23-year-old Brooklyn-based photographer, then aged 22. We're not using her real name to protect her identity because she's not a public figure.
It's been leaked.
She says Ansari brushed her off at first, but after he realized they both brought the same kind of camera to the event, an old model from the 80s, he was impressed.
Like, why is any of this necessary?
It's setting the backdrop, right?
I just feel like they're calling him out for his El Riz at this point, and I'm like,
His El Riz? Having weird old shit from the past? That's W Riz. What do you mean? Oh, you've got some nerdy fucking piece of shit? I've got the same nerdy piece of
Yeah.
shit. That's you bond over that, okay?
That's true, yeah.
Listen, just because the camera's older than you are, don't be fucking upset, okay, that some people have fucking hobbies, all right? We don't all exist on TikTok, all right? Okay. Can I continue? Do you want to flame her anymore? Do you want to tear her down
I will, but like,
as we go through?
continue.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, okay. This is hipster Riz, okay? All right. They flirted a little. He took 2 pictures of her. She snapped some of him, Riz, okay? And then
Like,
she
is
and her
this
date,
supposed to symbolize something?
they're just talking to each other.
Because
That's
I
how
feel like Katie Way thinks this symbolizes like the power dynamic or something, and I'm like, it's not giving.
Oh my God.
Sorry, keep
Is
going.
that how you Zoomers think? Do you see this like everywhere? Like the Matrix, like power dynamics,
I just-
consent, non-consent, like...
Katie Way had beef with like this woman on CNN because the CNN woman called out this article, and Katie Way was like, "You old hag, your lipstick sucks." And I was like, so I feel like that skewed my perception of the writer of
Okay,
this.
well, I'm going in fresh, okay? Because
Yeah.
I don't hate women, okay? All right.
Okay.
He took 2 pictures of her, she snapped some of him, and then she and her date went back to the dance floor. It was like one of those things where you're aware of the other person all night, she said. We would catch eyes every now and then. One of the 2 photos Grace took of Ansari at the Emmys after party.
Now they're just like plugging photos of him.
Good, okay.
Where's this photo?
Oh, it's probably not on the page, but there was a photo here.
Yeah.
Okay. They ran into each other one last time.
I just feel like, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm
What do you
drunk,
feel
so
like?
I'm
Tell me
gonna
what you
keep
feel
interrupting
like. Yeah, go ahead.
This reminds me on how like YouTubers will stretch out their video to 10 minutes long so they get more money. Like I feel like that's what's happening here. It's like this story was short, so she's adding all this filler. I like this has to be a lucrative decision. Or just her
Does she
trying
get
to,
paid, like, by the
milk
word?
a creative writing MFA or
Yeah, she's
something.
flexing her writing, okay? All right.
Okay.
One of the 2 photos Grace took on Ansari, blah, blah, okay. They ran into each other one last time right as Grace was leaving. At Ansari's suggestion, she put her number in his phone.
Mm-hmm.
When her plane landed back in New York the next day, she already had a message from him. They exchanged flirtatious banter over text for a week or so before he asked her to go out with him on Monday, September 25th. The date didn't go as planned. The night would end with Grace in an Uber home, in tears, messaging her friends about how Ansari behaved, Babe spoke to the first friend she told about it and reviewed the messages on her phone. The day after the incident, she wrote a long text to Ansari saying, I just want to take the moment to make you aware of your behavior and how uneasy it made me. To that message, Ansari responds, clearly, I misread things in the moment and I'm truly sorry. The mobile phone... Oh, sorry. Do you know who Forsen is?
Say that again?
Do you know who Forsen is?
No.
Oh my god.
What
There's
is it?
two streamers, XQC and Forsen, and
Okay.
they're locked in an epic struggle to beat Minecraft as quickly as possible. Popular children's game?
Okay.
Okay. Somebody said he was doing well right now. That had nothing to do with this. I'm so sorry.
That's what stole your attention from
It didn't
the
have.
novel
Well, I
of
had
the
to
decade?
verbalize it because it felt like something serious was happening. But I just want to let you know. Okay, sorry. Okay. Anyway, all right. The mobile phone number from which his texts to her were sent matches up with his details on a searchable public register. We spoke to Grace last week. After we met, Ansari had just won Best Actor for his Netflix show, Master of None, at the Golden Globes, where he declared his support for the fight against sexual assault and harassment by wearing a Time's Up pin on the red carpet. Grace said it was surreal to be meeting up with Ansari, a successful comedian and major celebrity, and she was excited for their date.
Like, why did excited need to be quoted for that? You could just say it like...
Well, because obviously after what happened, the excitement was...
Oh, you think that's what they're saying? Or they're saying it rhetorically? I thought they're quoting it to be like, she said it, not...
No, I think it's rhetorical.
Okay.
Like, if, let's say I, like, rape somebody and somebody's writing an article, they're like, I thought Tonight with Destiny was going to be fabulous, in quotes, because she got raped, right?
Sure.
Okay, well... Ansari at the Golden Globes. Oh my god, I'm just so sorry, okay? Can you just... Okay.
Unfortunately.
Wait, he's dead!
Banning Vatiquas.
Wait, are you guys serious right now?
See
The Bastion is
0%.
the worst Bastion.
Generating God.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Forget it. Don't worry about that. Just ignore all that. Okay,
Okay.
sorry. You don't need to know about that, okay? Fuck!
We're getting to
Okay.
the good part, the wine.
Yeah, we're about to, okay? Alright. Oh, okay. There's another photo. We don't have it, but... Before meeting Ansari, Grace told friends and coworkers about the date and consulted her go-to group chat about what she should wear to fit the cocktail chic dress code he
Chic.
gave her. The cocktail chic dress code. What does that mean?
Chic? What does chic mean?
Yeah.
Like elegant, feminine,
Okay.
swaggy.
Gotcha. What should she wear to fit the cocktail chic dress code he gave her? She settled on a tank top dress and jeans. She showed me a picture. It was a good outfit.
This
After-
is like a fashion blog, a rom-com. Like, there's too much
Okay.
going on.
There's not. I'm following. I'm actually captivated now. Okay.
For an essay news story.
Yeah, I'm captivated.
Okay.
Okay.
This is like when you look up recipes
Yeah?
and they give like the whole spiel before getting into it. Okay,
And?
sorry. Keep going.
No, it's fine. And it fleshes the recipe out. It makes you connect to it more. Have you ever seen a movie called The Menu? I know you haven't.
I have not yet.
No, you don't watch any fucking... No, guys, Zoomers don't watch movies anymore. Do you know people under 25 just don't actually watch movies ever? But that's okay.
No, I've been on like a Sigma movie marathon. Like, I watched American Psycho, 21, The Social Network, Wolf of Wall Street all the past few days.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 movies. Well, fuck me. My bad. Okay. I'm sorry. She's actually a movie expert. Okay. Wait, which ones? Did you like them?
Have you not seen any of those?
Maybe. How did you feel about American Psycho?
That was my least favorite of the batch.
Wow.
I feel like I shouldn't say that to like Twitch. I keep thinking this is Twitch, to like stream viewers, because I feel like that's like their muse
What do you,
is Patrick Bateman.
we are, yes. But that's okay, because we're
Yeah.
so Sigma, we don't give a fuck if you don't like it or not. Actually, if you did like it, it would probably make us like him less.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fine.
I do really like The Social Network. Have you seen it? It's based off Zuckerberg's origin story, his villain origin.
I've watched a lot of clips.
Clips of a movie and I'm the Zoomer?
Well, I'm just saying, I think I can piece together most
Who
of what
watches
happens.
clips of movies?
They pop up on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. How'd you feel about The Wolf of Wall Street?
It's like a dopamine fest. It's a great movie to watch. Very fun.
Okay. And 21, how'd you feel about that?
Have you seen it?
Clips of it.
Where they count cards? I don't know. I just like these like iconic college hype movies. I think they're fun.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie?
You're like, I feel edged right now. Like, we're about to hit the wine part. I need you to keep going.
Okay.
Have I ever seen what?
Well, you didn't want me to say. You just cut me off.
Sorry. What were you gonna say?
Fuck, you made me forget it. What's the movie with McLovin in it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, fuck. I always want to say Kick-Ass, but it's not that. Oh my god, hold on. Superbad. You've never seen Superbad?
I like how I didn't even answer, and you're already like, you haven't seen it? I haven't, but.
Well, you are, because I brought up the character. If you would have seen it, you would have recognized the name.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. How have you not seen it? There's no force alert. Stop. Okay. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Marley and Me. I'm just kidding. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind.
It's okay. It's an okay movie.
It was the first movie to make me cry. Probably the first life event to make me feel some type of emotion.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
A big Owen Wilson fan or whatever? Is that was?
Yeah, that's why I watched it.
Okay.
8-year-old me was just down bad for Owen Wilson.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
If anything, like ask if I was like a Jennifer Aniston fan or something.
Is she the nipple
fan?
one?
Nipple one?
Wasn't she the one on Friends that always had her nipples poking through?
That was like one episode, like one plot line. That's the thing that stuck with you?
I don't.
Chandler saw her nipples once.
I don't. Listen. Yeah, I'm a guy. Okay.
I did hear Jennifer Aniston on Friends was the porn before porn.
But it was, yeah, she was nipping hard. Okay. And that was back when I think most of the nips were real. So it was a big deal. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it was like a whole fucking season.
They said you
okay?
just saw clips. Did you just see clips?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Okay. Okay.
Cocktail chic. Continue.
Cocktail chic dress code he gave her. She settled on a tank top dress and jeans. She showed me a picture. It was a good outfit. Okay.
Do you think she's capping?
No.
It'd be kind of crazy if she said an SA victim's outfit was mid. Like, she can't really say that.
Yeah, but if it was mid, she probably just wouldn't say anything about it.
I love how this is supposed to vouch for her integrity and honesty. It's supposed to be like, she showed me a picture. It was a good out. Like, don't you think that's the point
She's
of
just
this?
fleshing it out. She's making it, like, exciting.
I don't know why
right?
I'm overanalyzing it so much.
You just hate women. But okay,
I just feel like she wrote this for, like, an MFA portfolio. Like, I feel like she submitted this to, like, NYU, like, grad school programs or something.
Maybe she did. This might have been her ticket in. Okay. All right.
Probably.
After arriving at his apartment in Manhattan on Monday evening, they exchanged small talk and drank wine. It was white, she said. I didn't get to choose, and I prefer red, but it was white wine. Red flag.
I didn't get to choose, and I prefer red. Okay, let's unpack that. Does that mean she said I want red, and he was like, no? Or does that mean she felt like she couldn't choose? I feel like that's an important theme in this. It's figuring out what that means. Like,
She probably felt like she couldn't choose.
Oof.
What? What's wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like that is an important detail.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Oh, we're setting it up. Okay. Then...
Because you were saying women...
Go ahead.
Because you were saying women feel like they can't voice their rejection.
Yeah.
So that's why I wish she specified out of everything this Katie
True.
Ray woman
She set the tone for the
specified.
evening. Right here. This is what Jordan Peterson was talking about. She's unsophisticated. Yeah. She doesn't establish boundaries.
What do you say? Doesn't have a relationship with her father
Probably
and brother?
not. Probably no dad.
They should have investigated that. Katie Ray should have been like, by the way,
I called her dad.
Tight.
Yeah.
Not
okay.
Fatherless. Okay, for all the shit she's vouching for, like, good outfit, she couldn't have asked her, what do you mean by you didn't get to choose the drink? It's because she knows.
Knows what?
That's, like, an important detail.
Well, let's get on. Maybe there's more. Okay.
Okay.
Then Ansari walked her to Grand Banks, an oyster bar on board a historic wooden schooner on the Hudson River just a few blocks away.
I feel like this feels like doxing. Sorry. Like, what if this is, like, his go-to date spot?
It's a public area, so...
And now girls know, like, this is the SA spot.
Well...
This, like... Okay, continue.
Okay, also, can you say sexual assault? Because SA sounds so stupid. Okay? All right.
It's ingrained in my brain because
okay.
of TikTok, so I can't, sorry.
Okay.
I can try, but it won't happen.
She said it was a beautiful, warm September night. They discussed NYU, comedy, and a new secret project he was working on, but she says she did most of the talking. Grace says she sensed Ansari was eager for them to leave. When the waiter came over, he quickly asked for the check, and he said like, let's get off this boat. She recalls there was still wine in her glass and more left in the bottle he ordered.
That's a euphemism for how he doesn't let her finish sexually.
Maybe. Oh my God. The abruptness surprised her. Like, he got the check, and then it was bada boom, bada bing. We're out of here.
Okay, but I need to know, did he actually say that? Because that seems like a very Aziz Ansari thing to say. Bada boom, bada bing.
I don't know. She doesn't say. I would assume if she didn't specify, he probably didn't say that. Grace took this photo of their meal. Lobster rolls and a side salad. Wow. They walked the 2 blocks back to his apartment building, an exclusive address on Tribeca's Franklin Street, where Taylor Swift has a place too.
Why is Katie Wayne name dropping in an essay
know.
breaking news story?
Who knows, okay. When they walked back in, she complimented his marble countertops. According to Grace, Ansari turned the compliment into an invitation.
This is what JP was getting at. Continue.
It's his sexual fantasy.
Yeah.
He said something along the lines of, how about you hop up and take a seat? Within moments, he was kissing her. In a second, his hand was on my breast. Then he was undressing her. Then he undressed himself. She remembered feeling uncomfortable at how quickly things escalated. When Ansari told her that he was going to grab a condom within minutes of their first kiss, Grace voiced her hesitation explicitly. I said something like, whoa, let's relax for a sec. Let's chill. She says he then resumed kissing her, briefly performed oral sex on her, and asked her to do the same thing to him. She did, but not for long. It was really quick. Everything was pretty much touched and done within 10 minutes of hooking up, except for actual sex. She says Ansari began making a move on her that he repeated during their encounter. The move he kept doing was taking his 2 fingers in a V shape and putting them in my mouth.
You can say all this on YouTube?
Why not?
No, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do this all the time. We write erotica on my stream. It's actually a big part of my Saturday nights.
Uh-huh.
The move he kept doing was taking his 2 fingers in a V shape and putting them in my mouth, in my throat to wet his fingers, because the moment he'd stick his fingers in my throat, he'd go for my vagina and try to finger me. Grace called the move the claw. Grace named it that. Impressive. Ansari also physically pulled her hand towards his penis.
I'm not laughing at the
You are.
events, just
It's
the
okay.
writing.
That's fine. It's funny. Everything is funny so far. Ansari also physically pulled her hand towards his penis multiple times throughout the night, from the time he first kissed her on the countertop onward. He probably moved my hand to his dick 5 to 7 times, she said. He really kept doing it after I moved it away. But the main thing was that he wouldn't let her move away from him. She compared the path that they cut across his apartment to a football play. It was 30 minutes of me getting up and moving, and him following and sticking his fingers down my throat again. It was really repetitive. It felt like a fucking game. Throughout the course of her short time in the apartment, she says she used verbal and nonverbal cues to indicate how uncomfortable and distressed she
I have a
was.
question. Why did they italicize her and not let? Like, what is this who else would he not let move at his
I don't know. It was a strange...
Sorry, continue.
She's getting dinged on that one for the
I have,
creative writing.
English major brain. Sorry,
Yeah, well,
continue.
true, okay. Throughout the course of her short time in the apartment, she says she used verbal and nonverbal cues to indicate how uncomfortable and distressed she was. Most of my discomfort was expressed in me pulling away and mumbling. I know that my hand stopped moving at some points, she said. I stopped moving my lips and turned cold.
Okay, so I guess she... Okay, I guess
Can
I
I-
was lying. She didn't say no.
Yeah.
Unless we keep going. Should we finish
We'll keep
it?
going, but I don't think there's going to be a no in here, okay?
I'm curious.
But here's a problem so far,
yeah.
okay? The way that this is written, okay? Technically, what happened here?
Is that what the point of this photo is?
Yeah. He wants to know if you're...
They are. Can you tell them they're real?
They're real glasses, guys.
We bought them today. See? Boop.
Okay, here's my problem real quick, okay? So we've got Grace, and we've got Aziz, the Claw, and Sorry, okay? Technically, really,
Yeah.
everything described here is written in a way that's like pretty loaded, but nothing bad has really happened yet.
The bad thing that's happening is that she's shutting down and that he's not able to tell. So
Yes.
the bad thing isn't a matter of responsibility yet, more so about like the internal conflict with her.
Exactly. So I think for him, I think like he should be a little bit more aware of what's going on, but he's probably in his head like trying to get laid, and he's not like. But I'm not saying that's great. He should be considerate of her. But she's like the way that they're saying that after I said let's relax for a sec, let's chill, then they did oral sex on each other and started kissing and blah blah blah. And it's like theoretically, depending on how an interaction can go, that's like not the worst. Like if you go to fuck something, like wait, hold on, let's like chill for a sec, and you're like okay, and you chill for like a minute.
We
and
were
you,
making out and I said let's chill, and then you just took off my pants. and licked my clit. I would think that's kind of out of pocket.
Okay.
But also there's many steps between that where I'd be like...
That's the problem. That's the part,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're just like chilling and then you like hang out for a sec and then maybe you start undressing and then you like give each other a head, that's different than just like... Because if what you just said happened, I would agree. That's like really weird. If she's like, let's chill for a second, he's like, okay, and he just like claws her vagina. That's really fucked. But it's kind of a little bit, it's like enough ambiguous that it's hard to tell.
Whoa, let's relax for a sec. That's ambiguous.
Whoa, let's relax for a sec. Let's chill. She says he then resumed kissing her, briefly performed oral sex on her, and asked to do the same thing for
See,
him.
the wine was the
Sure,
red herring.
but then
did she finish?
Probably not. It doesn't sound like it. But then she did the same thing for him. So it's like, in his mind, he's probably thinking, okay, I went down on her. She was okay with it. She sucked on me for a little bit. He's probably thinking something like, okay, she's probably fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that it's not a good read, obviously, because most of them are autistic. Women are too. But like...
Why'd you point at me?
Because you're a woman.
And autistic.
You might be.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you defend her, you're autistic. But I'm just saying that like... Yeah, I'm just saying that like technically nothing horrible has happened yet, right? Especially if she sucked on him a little bit afterwards, right? Like he asked her for head and she agreed. Now if she would have been like, no, I don't want to do that, and then he'd be like, okay, and then he would have started fucking her. It gets a little bit more insidious. But if they're like sucking each other for a little bit, it seems I could see in his head, it's like, okay, things are going okay.
Okay,
you know?
so if you were her in the moment and this man who just said, hey, can we relax for a second, is giving you head, would you just be like, would you slap him? Would you say, I don't want head right? Like how exactly would you articulate it? I'm just curious. That's not even a leading question, actually. I'm actually just curious, like, what you think would be, like, the right way to not turn him off or make him think, like, feel offended. Because I feel like it's hard.
Fuck, hold on. Like, all the answers I want to give are, like, not good answers.
You just throw shit at the wall, see what sticks?
Well, no. Because if I say shit, it triggers because half my audience are fucking virgins and they all hate. I would just leave. When people get really pushy and weird like that, it's just.
Okay, so.
I would say.
She says,
I would say, let's chill for a sec. And if the guy goes to like eat you out, I would be like,
what
do you think chill means, you fucking retard? Get the fuck off of me. I'm going fucking home. You fumbled the bag. I hope you donate $5 to Myron tomorrow and tell him about how a woman played you. That's what I would say.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Well. Yeah,
you went from 3 minutes of silence to now saying you're going to give this, like, perfect, badass answer.
No, I didn't say it was going to be a badass answer. I said it's going to be an insulting answer.
My body's a temple, bye. Like,
no, it's not about your body being a temple. It's that, like, here's what you do. You say, no, don't. And then you push him away. And then you're like, yeah. And then you wait a sec. And like, if the guy gets, like, pouty and, like, cry, then you just fucking leave. Because why?
I think what scares a lot of girls, I'm not even saying this is justified, I'm just saying, like, psychologically, is, like, the minute you then say no and they transgress the boundary, that's horrifying. Because at that point, you're like, this guy does not care. Versus in these moments, when you're giving these kind of, like, gray answers, you can justify at home, like, oh, he just misread. But imagine she was literally just like, no. Because, come on, like, let's relax for a sec. Isn't that a pretty clear no?
No.
She said... I said something like,
hold on. I wish
whoa.
you no.
So if a girl, you're making out with a girl.
Hold on.
And
No. Hold on. Stop. Or I'm actually going to kill you, okay? Because you gave the worst fucking answer.
What?
I hate it when women do this. You guys will do some shit, okay? This is what you guys do.
Can you just say something in response to what I said and not
I'm
make
about
a whole
to.
gender thing?
No, it is a whole gender thing, okay? Okay. Let's say there's like a girl that I'm like fucking obsessed with, okay? And I'm like, should I come out to see you? And her response is something where she's like, it might not be a good idea, but you should decide. Girls will say some shit like, oh, it's so clear what he should do. No, it's not. Right? When she's like, let's relax a sec. I don't, like, for a guy, relax a sec. Do you want to, like, switch to oral? Or do you want to, like...
not analogous, because she's not saying, whoa, let's relax for a sec, unless you don't want to. She literally says, whoa. If you're kissing a girl and she goes, whoa, let's relax for a sec. First of all, if a guy said that to me while I was kissing him, I would go home embarrassed, because I would think, like, he clearly has rejected me. If a guy goes, whoa, the idea of saying whoa in a negative way is such an L.
But remember, guys will overread. It's, okay, hold on. You gotta, oh, fuck me.
There's just a clear...
No, I'm about to pull out all the Myron talking points, okay? Here's
do
the
it,
thing,
do it.
okay?
Let's hear it.
No, it's not a Myron talking point, actually. Okay, hold on. This is my talking point. Guys and girls have a really hard time understanding each other's perspectives. In your mind, hearing a whoa would be the worst thing ever, but that's because in your perspective, every guy around you, since you're 9 years old, is fucking wants to fuck you.
Why
and everything
9?
they do, what?
Why 9?
Because guys are creepy, okay?
That felt specific. I'm just kidding.
Because I've seen pictures of you when you were 9. Stop. Okay, every guy's like trying to do that, okay? So in your mind, like a guy being like, whoa, that's like a huge, you're like, holy shit, like that would be a big deal for you. But for guys, it's very, very rare, if ever, that a guy's getting like pursued by a girl.
That she ever gives like a
so you're
vigorous
used to, as a guy, kind of like MMAing your way through like a girl's resistances, right? Whereas the girl's used to just being like, oh yeah, like, you know, riz me, you know? And the guy's like, okay, let's see how many of your like psychological defenses I can get through to like fucking, you know, land this plane. So a guy hearing like, whoa, is like, that's to be expected. Of course she's gonna like give me a little bit of play. Whereas like for a girl, if you hear it, like you'd be like, oh shit, this guy must be totally out.
Yeah.
That's because it's a difference in like our engagement, I think.
Let's remove the generalizations. You're making out with a girl and she's like, well, let's relax for a second, let's chill.
Well,
where is the uncertainty in your head? Are you thinking, okay, she just needs more foreplay? Or like, what do you think that can, like, where
well,
can
okay, if you're gonna remove the generalities, if we're talking about me,
Girl
that would never happen to me. That would never happen to me, okay? So
she'd be like, whoa.
But the reason why I speak, exactly, okay? The reason why I speak in generalities is because I think it's important to view the general differences between men and women and how they're approached, because I think it informs what the difference is reactions in here.
I think it's important, but it also adulterates the actual, like, interaction and, like, realistically, how would you respond and how would you actually interpret that? And I feel like it absolves guys of being, like, accused of having malice aforethought, because you're saying, oh, guys are just clueless, we're just like stupid and horny, and I'm just like, I just feel like that just absolves guys of any type of responsibility, which I'm not even saying is necessary in this case, but I'm just saying, just make it specific. You're hooking up with a girl or making out with her and she says, whoa, let's relax for a sec, let's chill. What is going through your mind that then would cause you to perform oral sex on her? Like, where is the miscommunication?
For me personally?
Are you thinking like, oh, she's just being defensive because girls can't say yes because they're afraid of being a whore? Like, is that what's going through your head? You're thinking, like, this line specifically, I want you to actually tell me, if a girl said this to you, what would go through your head?
If it's about me personally,
yes,
then I would think I've fucked up really bad to get to this point. Because generally, if I'm trying to fuck somebody, I'm looking for really big indicators up to that point that they really want to do it, right? I'm not taking somebody that's in like a mystery zone. Like if I've gotten to the point where my dick is going in somebody or my mouth is going on somebody, like a fucking, like a vagina or whatever, like it's not going to be, I'm not guessing at that point. It's not like, let's go for it and see what happens. It's like the person's clearly like ready up to that point. But most guys navigate way murkier territory up to that point. They're not looking for that like, oh yeah, like she really wants it. They're like, well, she's not saying no.
So what's, okay, it's
so
not
if
you,
get
it's
to
not
this point,
Destiny.
yeah.
Pretend you're the average guy with L-Riz, and apparently no girl would say, let's relax to you. So imagine you're him. Okay, tell me exactly what's going through his head.
This is what I would imagine a guy is thinking. Well, let's relax for a sec. He could be thinking like, oh, she just wants to like wait a little bit before having sex. Maybe she doesn't want to come off as like a slut because it was too quickly. Maybe she wants a little bit more foreplay. That's probably what like an average guy is thinking.
Okay, so you're thinking he's thinking she wants to put out eventually. She just needs to put enough distance between the first kiss and sex so that she goes home not feeling like a whore. That's what would go through his head?
In his mind, she wanted to fuck as soon as she came back from the restaurant. That's what I would assume. So they went out, they had like a fun little date, and they drank, and now they're going back to his apartment. In his mind, they're already fucking 100%.
Okay, he's thinking they're already fucking 100%, as in like, I'm gonna pursue this because now I'm horny?
No, because like she went drinking, now we're going back to my apartment, she must want to fuck. That's probably what he's thinking. That's why as soon as I got in, she looked at the countertops, and he was like, oh, why don't you hop on up or whatever? And she did.
Yeah, it could be a matter of her playing it by ear. And in this moment, now she decided, okay, I don't want to do this, let's relax for a sec. Wouldn't that override her entering the apartment, like whatever implications that gives to him?
Yeah, I mean, she always has a right to say no and walk away, of course. But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to... The problem with men and women is our minds are in different spots sometimes, and we don't keep track of where they're at, right? Mm-hmm. So in her mind, she might be thinking like, in her mind, and this is probably pretty common for women, she's like, this guy's cool, I like him, I'll go back to his apartment and we'll kind of like see how we get along there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll fuck, maybe I'll just go home. That's probably what a normal woman thinks when she's going back. In the guy's mind, he's like, she's coming back to my place. The only reason we're going there is to fuck. She wants to fuck me 100%. As soon as I get in the door, we're going beast mode.
How can he have that thought while also in tandem having the thought that you just said of, oh, well, there's all these nuances and girls can't put out too quickly, otherwise she's a whore. So you're both saying he has this caveman brain, and then you're also saying guys are really good at understanding the nuances of being a woman and that you
Hold on. Whoa. I did not say guys are good at understanding the nuances. No guy has any
You're
fucking
saying
idea.
that the average guy, who isn't you apparently, when he hears this line, might be thinking, oh, it's because of the social norms around sleeping, the social norms of sleeping around.
Yeah, but
That's
they're
not
not thinking
caveman
of
brain.
like, they're not thinking, that is caveman thinking. They're not thinking like, oh wow, there's a lot of social pressure that's inhibiting her ability to engage in. They're thinking like, oh, she doesn't want to be a slut.
You think
That's what they're thinking in
You
their
think
mind.
that's the thought?
Yeah, of course. The fucking, oh god, I should be able to quote like Kanye lyrics at you. But yeah, there's at least one song where like people like joke about this all the time.
Even
like,
if she doesn't want to be a slut, isn't that still a no? Like if I'm like, I don't want to hook up with you because I don't want to increase my body count because society puts pressure on me to have a low body count, isn't that still a no? It doesn't matter whether it's for
it's not a
whatever
no.
reason.
It's like, it's this. This is why I said it would be nice to get rid of all of this. Not only do men have to change, women have to change too. They'd be more upfront. Because right now there's a game that's played, and they have to, like the women and the men know that they have to play this game with each other.
Yeah.
Right. They can't be too easy. Wait, hold on. What is
Destiny
this?
asked her to invite Mira over. Oh my! What? Close out of this.
Wait, what are you doing on here?
We were working out.
Oh, okay. Let me just. Can I listen?
No.
Really? It's a public
I
stream.
didn't even
I'm-
know where the camera was. She's like the opposite of you. Like you tell me, I'm always like, "Are you streaming right now? Are you streaming?" And you're like, "I would tell you before I stream." She doesn't. She's like, "Come hang out." I show up and she's like, "Here, let me lift you up for a second." Then I look over, her Twitch chat's going crazy, and I'm like, "Bro, what?" Like I don't know. I never know where the camera is. Like this.
Okay,
this
hold on.
feels like.
They can't see. Okay. All right. Let's just see what's going on here. Wait, are you okay
Nothing.
when I play it or no?
Is it showing on screen?
No, they can't see it.
Okay, look at me holding this dog.
Okay.
Also soul cycling.
Tell me what it's on. I don't know. Pick a genre. Because this song has been a this genre. Something to work out to. Something we can pump to. Like adrenaline. Okay. I got it.
Yeah, I know it's a public clip.
That's okay.
Stop buffing.
No, it's fine. I don't know. I'm fighting with your chat.
I know you're fighting with that.
Here to entertain you. Can you let her smell you? Just lips. Can you just smell her lips? Let her lick
This
your
is a
lips.
clip. She told me she has clips off.
Okay, I don't know what the point of this was. Okay.
There isn't.
Okay, well.
They're trying to inhibit me so I lose
Is it
this
working?
discussion. No,
Okay.
it's yeah. The fire's growing. Let's keep going.
Okay. Where did that quote come from?
What?
The fire is growing.
What do you mean?
Oh, it sounded like a Bane quote, but I thought you watched a movie for once in your life. The fire is rising. Don't worry about it. Forget it. Okay, stop. Where were we?
No.
Oh,
My life's just a movie, bro.
yeah. There is so guys and girls have to play a game, and I think they're aware of the game.
Yeah, I just want to keep it specific because when we generalize, it feels like armchair theorizing. Then I just feel like again, it's just like F and F talking points made by people with
Okay,
no
hold on.
experience.
No.
So can we just keep it specific to like?
Okay, you might have a
Put
very
yourself-
little experience because you're 23, okay? I'm telling you how it is, okay? There's games that are being played by men and women, right? There is like a type of game that's being played. Like, here, would you agree with this?
But paint a picture of the game. Don't just say women are like this, men are like this. Like actually paint a picture of in that moment what game is being played. I want to like.
Here's in the
Apply
moment,
it
this is what's
to-
happening.
apply it to
the
this
girl,
interaction.
okay, yeah, here's what's happening in the moment. The girl really wants to have sex with the guy, and the guy really wants to have sex with the girl, but the girl doesn't want the guy to think that she's a slut or too easy. So she has to pump the brakes a little bit so that he's at least like trying to work for it. That's like what's happening in the moment, I think. Or that's what he thinks is happening in the moment. And that's what happens sometimes in the moment.
Say that one more time. Sorry, I got distracted.
Okay.
The guy thinks I
The
need
guy
to.
thinks that the girl wants to fuck him, but she's pumping the brakes because she doesn't want to be too easy.
Okay.
I think that's what the guy thinks is happening in the
He
moment.
sees it as his obligation to then be a bit forceful because she needs to like preserve this idea of like modesty.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But you're phrasing it in like this academic sense. It's more like an ooga booga. He's like, oh, she doesn't want to be a slut. That's what the guy's thinking. Can I say ooga booga, or are you gonna fucking grill me like the savage comment? Okay.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Anela? Do you think that's fair or no? Do you think that there are some women that would fuck more if there wasn't like the stigma around
Yes.
being called a slut? Okay.
Yes.
Do you think there are some women that are in the process of fucking a guy, but they're being a little careful so they don't come off as like super slutty?
Yes, my point wasn't that women don't have that inhibition. It's that inhibition is not an invitation. Sorry, I'm drunk. Is not an invitation for that man to try and transgress it.
Okay, sure. I want you to be really careful. Okay. When I say these things, I'm not saying like the woman is acting like this, so the man should just fuck her regardless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I agree that like guys should be more careful to see these signals. I'm just trying to explain like it's really fucking confusing. Because here's the problem. The problem is right now we're in a world where a woman can say, chill, I'm not ready. And she could mean, I want you to take me and fuck me right now, but I just don't want to seem too easy. Or she could mean, chill, I'm not ready. And there's no way for like an average like autistic guy that is clueless as fuck, because most guys are, is not going to be able to discern in the moment when he's fucking horny and he's just trying to get laid.
And I don't think the onus is on him to make that, like, to do that discerning.
So should he just always say like no?
It's like you could be the average person who's monogamous. They could be in a relationship and feel desire towards someone just because they want it, but they won't do it because, you know, that breaks the boundary of their relationship. That's not necessarily equivalent to them being forced into doing it just because the mistress or
no,
mister,
I agree,
you know
but I'm
what
just saying that like the problem is that you have to be careful, or I'm sorry, the problem is that like guys it sounds so cringy. Guys will fight really hard for sex, right? Like this is something they really want. Most guys probably don't have the opportunity to just fuck like a million girls if they want to.
Okay.
So when that one opportunity shows up and you're telling the guy like, listen, just always err on the side of caution and walk away if it seems like not okay. And they're like, because the guy's thinking like, well, fuck, maybe she just wanted me to like push a little bit more. Maybe she thought I was being a pussy. Maybe she just didn't want to seem like a slut. Like, I think in that situation, we're setting everybody up for failure. That's what I think.
I feel like you even giving that context of being like, see, guys don't have a lot of options shows that there's a little bit of malice in it, because you're basically saying, oh, this is my one time to fuck, my one opportunity. I'm going to try and make it happen, even if that means like involving coercion.
I mean, but they don't see it. The problem is the guys don't see it as coercive.
But my point is, if it was purely a matter of confusion or his misinterpretation, then it wouldn't matter the guy's body count or his like, you know, abundance of women available. Do you see what I'm saying?
Say that last part again.
If you're saying it's just a matter of misinterpretation, the guy could have good intentions and think, okay, she just want to come off as a slut. But now you're giving all this context saying, well, like, guys don't pull a lot. They're very desperate. And by factoring in the desperation, you're now adding malice, is my point.
I don't know if the desperation makes you malicious.
Because you're now saying he has ulterior motives which outweigh her boundaries, because he's thinking like, why would I err on the side of caution when this could be the one chance of the year?
When I say ulterior motives, I don't mean like this is going to be the additional argumentation he gives in his persuasive essay. I just mean there are going to be things that are nagging at his mind that is pushing him in a certain direction. Not that it's like necessarily like, it doesn't justify it or make it good or bad, but it might be like, take a parent that snaps at a kid in an unfair way, right? Well, what are the reasons why? Maybe the parent's not getting enough sleep. Maybe they're working 2 or 3 jobs. Maybe the kid's being extra unruly that day. Now, none of these things justify. So like, okay, if you haven't slept enough, beat the shit out of your kid, right? It doesn't make it okay. But I'm saying that like, if you put somebody in that position over and over again, people are going to make bad choices. And I think right now, in these kinds of like hookup situations, I think men are being put in positions where they've got to maintain control over themselves and be hyper aware of a woman who's too retarded to actually communicate what she's feeling properly. And that's a really big most men are too retarded to even understand themselves, right? And to try to have them like they take on like a whole other person who's a whole different gender, I just think it's a really big ass. Like, most guys are going to fail at doing that, and they're just going to keep like fucking these interactions up, I think.
So let's swap with the example you gave of the parents of this story. It was about a famous celebrity who was sleep deprived, hungry, pissed off, and she just randomly decked her child. You wouldn't say that isn't abuse because, well, maybe, you know what I mean? She's sleep deprived and all these things. You would think, okay, that's still wrong. But here, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, but I was just giving that as an example to show that like sometimes bad things can happen that make people do things, and we would kind of be like, we understand, we're not excusing the action, right? But the thing that makes it wait. The thing that makes it a little bit more complicated with the child interaction is the analogy breaks down if you compare the actual hitting to the sex, because a child never wants to be hit. But sometimes women do want sex. So let's say there were times where the child wants to be hit, like maybe that's like a cool thing for your children to do. Well, now it gets more confusing because it's like, well, why did you hit your kid? They clearly didn't want it. It's like, well, but the parent was also tired. They were annoyed. The child was like, maybe, then it gets harder. Yeah. But,
That's fair.
Okay.
So you're saying the two things that are like driving his decision to perform oral sex, not even Aziz, the average guy placed in the scenario, is one, he is thinking she's just inhibited by the like social fear of being a slut, and two, I'm horny.
Yeah.
Would you say those are equal factors?
I don't know how you would weigh them, but
you can't even give guesstimate. You said rape is an 85% evil act. You gave like a specific number, but you can't.
I don't think in his mind, for most men, they're not thinking she doesn't want it. I don't think that's what most men are thinking. They're thinking she does. She's just a little bit more convincing. That's what's going through, I think.
Okay.
But it's the same type of retarded where a girl's like, this guy just really likes me. We're really close friends. And like every time I break up with a guy, he jokes about us dating, and I'm always like crying on his shoulder, and he does my laundry on Fridays, and he walks my dog, and like women will say some retarded shit like, oh yeah, this guy's like my really close friend.
Yeah. That's kind of different because he's still the proactive one. And this, it's like, obviously, if you're like, let's chill and a guy pulls down your pants, that's different than like me calling my male friend because I want to trauma dump.
But you calling
choosing
him
to
is the
pick
equivalent
up.
of him pulling down the pants. You're like, let me go ahead and have like some relationship rape with you right now. And the guy's like, okay.
Why is that rape?
Because the guy is thinking he's building towards like a fulfilling relationship. And when you hang up the phone, he's like, I'm getting closer.
I feel like
It's
that's
any day now.
I feel like the insidiousness of that is on his part because he's now thinking like, oh, if I'm her shoulder to cry on, eventually she'll start to see me in a more, you know, emotionally intimate light.
Yeah. Because in a guy's mind, that's how that works. Like if a guy was like if a guy was going to a girl for something like that, it's because they really, really, really like each other.
Doing what? Picking up the call?
If a guy is like having like a really shitty day, it's like, fuck, I want to talk to like Samantha. I want to call her and like chat. It'll make me feel way better. That Samantha's very rarely there. Is Samantha just like a friend? This is like somebody has a huge interest in.
I don't know. That's such an F and F talking point. You're now saying like men and women can't be platonic friends. What? Are you gonna kill me?
Did I say that? Did you hear me say that? I'm not saying they can't be platonic friends, but I'm just saying. Remember, last night I told
My
you
definition
the thing.
of friendship or intimate friendship is it's being close enough that I could call my friend and be like, "Hey, this thing happened." Like friendship isn't all just like laughing and watching fucking Superbad, whatever. Like it's also
Sure.
being able to share. Like
You can, but so it's possible, but I certainly don't trust women to figure it out, and men obviously can't. But I think that in my mind, I would say that you should only do this with guys in relationships. Because otherwise, because how do you tell the difference between a guy that's obsessed with you and a guy that just wants to be your friend? The problem here is the same as it is right here. The guy is too fucking stupid to say, hey, are we going to date? I need to know. I need to figure it out. The guy wouldn't set the boundary because otherwise the guy would be like, listen, we have to moderate our conversation a little bit more. I can't be like your emotional fucking pillar when I'm single and I need some type of relationship, right? But the guy is too stupid to say that, much like here where the girl's like, hey, let's just chill. And figure out what's going on. That's why I'm saying I feel like it's a similar problem on both ends.
So if we're friends and you're like, I want to be more than friends, and I'm like, sorry, I don't see you that way, and then we continue to talk, and I call you because I'm going through boy problems or school problems, and you pick up, am I still the one exploiting you?
Absolutely.
Even though I already told you straight up, I just want to be friends. The onus is still on me to know, well, he can't see me as a human being, therefore he's clearly trying to get with me, and therefore I'm exploiting his desire for me. Is that what you're saying?
Here's a question.
What is it?
I'm gonna answer your question, okay?
Okay.
Let's say that you're for a month in a content house, okay? And there's a guy there, okay? And the guy's like, he hits on you pretty hard one night. He comes back and he's like, listen, I really, really, really want to fuck. And you're like, I'm not into that at all, right? Let's say you do that, right? You say that. You say, I'm not interested, okay?
You're talking about male friends pursuing
Wait.
relationships,
I'm just asking.
not sex.
No, sure, but I'm just asking that.
Okay.
Listen, okay? Let's say that you're like, no, I don't want to fuck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. After you do that, are you ever walking around the house topless? Are you ever walking out of the shower undressed? Are you ever laying out on the couch? Are you ever asking him to sit next to you? What is your disposition towards him?
That de-escalated very quickly. Am I walking around naked, or am I asking him, hey friend, sit next to me?
I mean, you want to sit and watch a movie and cuddle, right? Would you ever do any of those things?
I do that with my female friends, yeah.
You see how you just pivoted there?
What?
I think the answer is no. If a guy shows sexual interest in you...
That wasn't me pivoting. I was saying that's not me exploiting him because I think a lot of friends...
No. I'm just saying the sex example. If a guy comes on you really hard,
yeah.
Okay, and when you're like, no, I'm not interested, the way that you act around him is going to be a little bit different, right? You're probably not going to walk around in a towel. You're probably not going to wear really scanty shit around the house. You're probably going to okay, this guy wants to fucking... I'm going to have a boundary, right? But if the guy tells you oh, I'm really crushing on you, and you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to ever date you. Is that okay? And the guy's like, okay. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you do but there you go really hard into all of what is essentially relationship stuff almost. Do you see how there's a difference? Because in one, you don't want the guy to fuck you. So you'll very clearly draw the boundaries. I'm not going to walk around in my fucking braless top because I don't want this guy jerking off to me. But with the guy that's really into you, who's expressed that, you don't care about his boundaries. You're like, oh, I'm going to still call him and talk to him, and we're going to stay up all night on the phone because he supports me, and
So you don't think girls do the former? You don't think they ever unintentionally lead on guys who they've rejected for fucking?
They might, but I think that if a girl's shut a guy down from fucking, I think she treats him a little bit differently. I think she'll be careful.
Well, because now she knows, okay, he sexually desires me and he's going to get off to seeing my nipples and see me more in an objectifying way versus the example with the friends. It's still there's no creepiness there. That doesn't mean it's exploitation on her part.
Is it?
So the onus is on her to be like, sorry, I don't want to date you, and because you've expressed interest, I also need to now block you.
It doesn't have to be blocked, but it's like, I don't think it's healthy for us to have like 6-hour Discord calls every night.
Or sit next to each other.
And cuddle and watch movies.
If he continues to express interest, sure, I would think it's a bit rude.
But that's the problem, is you don't know what express interest is for a guy. Because you're saying it's like just how I treat my girlfriends. Because if the guy is like, a guy having, in my opinion, a guy having like 4 to 6 hour phone calls with you on Discord and like checking in on you emotionally constantly while he's single with no options, that is a guy expressing interest. He's like, you're like dragging him along, and he's like the anchor on your ship that's just like getting covered in crustaceans as you sail through the ocean of life, like hoping that you'll pull him up onto the deck. That's where he's at. But you're like, oh, he's not like advancing on me relationship wise, when in his mind he's like constantly building towards that. I think that's how men view it.
This just feels like emotional babysitting. Like if I tell a guy
I agree.
I just want to be friends, and you know, he's like, and I'm like, if that's too much for you, we don't have to be friends if you're gonna be too interested. And he's like, no, I still want to be friends. It's now my job to be like, well, now I can't really treat you as a friend because you're into me, so we can just hang out at school.
I agree.
This is completely different.
No, I agree with everything you just said. It is emotional babysitting. It feels fucking stupid. That's what this is. Like, that's like if you're hanging out with a girl and she's like, well, I don't know if I'm, let's hold on, let's chill. You're like, okay, you fucking retard. You don't want to chill. You want to like, let's stop completely. Take a moment, get yourself together, and figure out what the fuck you want to do. Tell me if I'm hurting your feelings. If you just want to go home, like talk to me with words, right? But this is the same thing. Because the guy's
Are you equating the
babysitting
girl in this to the girl exploiting the male friend, or I thought you were equating the girl in this to the male friend who's being exploited?
Yeah,
Which
because
one?
when the male friend is being
which
exploited,
one?
I'm equating her to the male.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Because when you deal with a friend-zoned guy, I'm asking you to babysit his feelings. You might have to make a decision that he can't.
Yeah.
And in here, with the girl, sometimes as a man, you have to make a decision that she can't.
That's different because she already made the decision by saying let's relax. She's making the decision by not kissing him. She's making the decision by like moving away from the apartment. If I had a male friend who was into me, let's say I'm like, sit down next to me, and you're clearly expressing that that's hard for you because you're into me, and you leave and go to the other side of the room, and then I follow you because I'm like, what's the issue? We're just friends, and I continue to hug you and kiss you.
But the guy's going to be
then
retarded
that's
like a girl.
coercive.
He's not going to express that.
But
He's
you
gonna,
see how those are completely
he's going to jump to
opposite
that,
behaviors?
though.
Her walking across the room to get away from him because she doesn't want to have sex versus my male friend consensually sitting down next to me because he's hoping it'll lead to something more and I'll see him in a different light. He's being proactive to come closer to me and hope to something else. She's being proactive and walking away.
I mean, like, if she's actually, like, leaving, like, walking away.
You saw what Katie Way said. It was like a football game.
Yeah, but they're not really describing it like that, okay? They're playing football games post-dick sucking is a lot different than, like, she's running around the apartment trying to escape him, right? So it's hard to figure out, like, what actually fucking happened.
So the only way those would be analogous is if you were my male friend, you're into me, I'm not into you, I just want to be friends. You're sitting down next, or I sit down next to you, or I sit on your lap trying to cuddle and watch a movie, and you say, whoa, let's relax. And I continue to be like, why? We're just friends. Like, what's the issue? This is how I am with my friends. Then it's equivalent. Otherwise, they're not comparable. You see what I'm saying?
No.
That's why that one is disproportionate emotional babysitting and this isn't. Because she's already saying no. She's already walking away.
She's not saying no. If she was saying no, I would agree with you.
She's not being proactive versus if I came and sat in your lap knowing you'd interest in me and then you're like, let's relax for a little, and I continue to like cuddle you and spoon you and kiss your neck, then obviously then it's equivalent. Even then I wouldn't say it's equivalent because, you know, whatever, one's sex, so obviously that's like a higher degree.
I feel
but
like...
you see what I'm saying?
Every time you say my camera's out of focus, I look at it, it's not out of focus. I wonder if I... Hold on. I don't know if I... There's a way to set manual focus on my fucking camera. Oh, let's see. You're just wrong, okay?
You're saying that off the record.
What? No, that's on the record. You're just wrong.
They said it's going back and forth between focused and out of focus.
I don't even know why I'm pretending to know how to work this fucking camera. Oh my god, I totally got it. I'm so smart. Never mind, hold Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Sometimes I just walk like that, you know. You never do that? Did I just unplug my shit? No, okay. Okay. Hopefully this does not unfocus. Look that way. Look away. Okay.
How long does it usually take?
Oh shit. I'm hoping it reconnects before the YouTube stream actually shuts off completely. Did it? Are we live, guys? Hello?
God.
Oh my god, it didn't even shut off.
Oh.
Or no, I'm sorry. I mean, it shut off, but it didn't like turn the
Oh,
whole
okay.
stream off or whatever is what I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, so the thing shut off, but you were saying that like, oh, you're right. I totally misunderstood.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have friend zone guys
conceded on
anymore.
everything,
Okay.
retracted yeah.
Okay. All I'm saying, and I'm on a, I don't know if it's probably not like perfectly one-to-one, but all I'm saying in the really broad sense is that.
It's not even roughly 1-to-1.
Can I finish my sentence?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Okay. In a very broad way,
Mm-hmm.
when guys get friend zoned,
Mm-hmm.
I think the woman has to babysit the guy's feelings a little bit on that. Because the guy will just keep running into it over and over again like a fucking moron. And when a girl, or I'm sorry, so in the friend zone situation, the girl has to babysit the guy's feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a guy situation where he's trying to fuck a woman, and the woman is like too stupid to say no, and she's kind of like putting herself in a situation where she like sucks his dick, and even though she's like not completely ready, the guy should be more proactive in babysitting her feelings. I think I'm just saying those are roughly comparable. I don't know if it works 1-to-1 on every single pair, but I'm saying in both circumstances we're asking the party with the leverage to also like be considerate of the party that they have leverage over, and that's I think a really difficult ask sometimes.
That would only apply if in the scenario she never said, well, let's relax, or walked away, but she's putting up with it because she's scared of what's going to happen. If she didn't voice any type of objection, if she didn't say, well, let's relax, she didn't walk away, then yes, it's roughly 1-to-1. But her doing that is not comparable again unless the friend zoned male is walking away.
If what you were saying was what happened, I would agree. But the only issue is that like her,
Can
well,
you weigh
hold
as
on.
a liar?
What?
Wait, sorry, continue.
Well, I'm saying that she's like, her signals are very mixed.
But is the friend-zoned male even giving mixed signals? Is he one day saying, sorry, I can't cuddle you, it hurts my feelings
No,
too
he'll
much?
never say that. No.
That's my point. I'm saying it rhetorically. I'm saying unless he's also giving mixed signals, they're not comparable.
Well, I don't know if it might work all the way if we follow it, but the guy will give mixed signals to the woman because the guy will tell the woman, oh, it's okay, we can just be friends.
This is the scenario that's
oh my
analogous.
God, you're going to make me write this out? Go ahead.
No, the situation
Go.
that's analogous with what you're describing is a woman having sex with a guy who doesn't want a relationship, but she's doing it even though it's killing her because she's hoping eventually he'll see her in a romantic light. That's what's analogous, not this.
Okay, it might not be 1-to-1.
It doesn't, stop saying 1-to-1 as if like I'm being extreme.
Okay, let's drop the analogy and we'll just talk about the thing. She's giving mixed signals.
Should we keep reading? Maybe there'll be like
No, hold on. She's giving mixed signals up here.
Yes, and I'm saying that's why it's not analogous, because the guy.
No, wait, we're dropping the analogy. Now I've tossed the
because
analogy.
I won.
No, because you're
I did.
not understanding it.
No, you told me when they pivot topics, it means you won. You told me that yesterday.
What I'm saying is we don't need the analogy anymore, okay?
Right.
We've left it behind,
Mhm.
okay? All I'm saying is that do you agree that she's giving mixed signals? If someone was like, whoa, let's chill for a sec, and then sucked your dick, do you think that's mixed signals?
Wait, I said something like, "Whoa, let's relax." For
When
a sec."
Ansari told her he was going to grab a condom, within minutes of their first kiss, she voiced hesitation explicitly. I said something like, whoa, let's relax for a sec, let's chill. She says he then resumed kissing her, then they gave each other head. But not for long. It was quick, everything was finished, touched and done within 10 minutes of hooking up, except for the actual sex.
It's not mixed signals, because the very thing that's being disputed is the second signal, which is that she didn't want to continue, but he persisted with the kissing after she said, "Well, let's relax." That's not what mixed signals mean. That's the very thing in dispute. Do you see what I'm saying?
But let's relax, let's chill. Let's chill in his mind. Maybe, okay, she doesn't want to have full-on sex right now.
Let's chill is code for cunnilingus.
Maybe, yeah. I'm just saying he's being retarded, but maybe, yeah. Because it's not like
but at the same time,
Well, let's say that he
is
goes-
code for let me give her head. Like, you gotta pick a struggle. Is it men or cavemen, or is it that they have like this labyrinth of ideas going on where they're like, ooh,
No,
she's afraid of being a slut.
this is the
she needs
caveman.
head.
This
she
is
needs
the
to warm
caveman.
up.
This is the caveman, right? Because if she wanted me to stop, she'd say stop. But she said, let's relax, let's chill for a sec. Okay. And then after he asked her to suck his dick, she does
Realistically,
it.
if a guy's kissing you and you don't want to kiss him, you don't go stop. You go, let's chill for a sec. Same way, if you didn't want to kiss a girl, you wouldn't go stop. You'd go, let's chill for a sec, or you'd pull away and you'd like move across the room.
But she didn't move across the room. She moved
She
into his
did.
dick. She
Football.
sucked his dick.
Football. Look.
That's like 12 paragraphs later. Look at how much you're scrolling to find this.
Okay, but the paragraph distance isn't about the sequence of events. That's just the filler. Okay, should we keep?
Look,
can we
she
finish the
only said-
article?
she
I
al-
need closure.
Okay, sure. But she only said, let's chill when he goes to grab a condom. Like, when they're kissing, it's fine. So he goes to get a condom. She's like,
Wait,
well, hold
say
on.
that one more time.
When Ansari told her he was going to grab a condom at the minutes of the first kiss, then,
Oh, she wasn't fine. Okay, you say to me, I'm gonna go get a condom. I say, let's relax. Do you then think, oh, she wants head?
maybe?
Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
That's not
reading
even
it.
an... Okay. That's
No,
not
I
even-
see what you're saying on that point. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I do think in that case, if a guy was like, okay, here's a condom, and a girl said, like, let's relax, that could mean, like, she needs more foreplay. I agree.
Okay. So she's being confusing, right?
Not necessarily she's being confusing. I can see in this scenario why he's confused.
Okay.
That doesn't mean she's
That's good. You know
confusing.
what? That's good enough. Okay.
Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Oh, it restarted. Okay. She says Ansari began, oh, and then the claw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, and then also a lot of these things are also loaded. Ansari also...
So I misinterpreted the events. I thought they
Oh.
were kissing, and then she said, I
Let's
can't
tr-
read.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Okay.
All right. Ansari also physically pulled her hand towards his penis multiple times throughout the night. This is like a thing. This is why I don't like the way this is written is like very weird, okay?
Uh-huh.
It could be really bad, or it could just be like kind of whatever, right? Like somebody like grabbing somebody's hand and kind of like moving it around is like a little bit normal.
Yeah, yeah.
But if somebody's like pulling away like really hard and you're like grabbing them and like moving back, then it's really fucked up. But I think
Stop taking it to extremes. Just imagine she like gently pulls her hand back.
it's
If I move my hand, doesn't it mean I don't want my hand there?
this is one it's one of those scenarios where you kind of have to you need more information.
What incentive would a woman have? The hand's already on the dick. If I pull it away, what is going through his head thinking, no, she wants to touch my dick. She's just afraid of being a whore.
Okay.
Let me help her out so that way when she goes home, she can feel like less of a whore because I was the one who moved her hand. Even though she moved it away.
Okay, we're okay. Well, let's.
It's one thing.
No,
okay.
stop! You're triggering the fuck out of me. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll do the erotica thing. Okay. Sometimes a girl might be like playing in your waistband, or she's dragging her hand on your thigh, and you're like, okay,
Yes.
I'm getting really turned on. I need you to
Yes.
fucking touch my dick, right? Or maybe she's like got her hands like kind of on
Yes.
it, but she doesn't know, and she's not actually
Yeah.
touching it, and you're like, no, it's over here. So you
Mm-hmm.
move it, right? And depending on how that series of interactions goes,
Mm-hmm.
it could be innocuous. Or it could be the guy's pushing too hard. But it's
Yeah.
really, really hard to know without like exactly seeing what's going on.
Right. So my dispute isn't the fact that he pulled her hand towards his penis. It's that he did it multiple times. So obviously, like I said, a girl's playing with your waistband. You think, ooh, she's inching towards my dick. Move her hand onto your dick. I don't think that's a problem. But it says multiple times. She pulls it away at that point. You don't keep doing it. It's one thing she's inching towards there. You're thinking, let me escalate it. Same way, I don't think it's weird to go up to a girl if you guys are sitting close and kiss her. But the second she pulls away and is like turns her face, you don't continue to kiss her. That's my point. It's not the initial instance, it's the repetition of it.
I kind of agree with what you're saying, but she's staying here with her hand close enough to his dick to pull. What's happening?
You're close enough to pull. Yeah, is she gonna hold her hands up in the air?
Do you think she would? You told me to stop going to extremes. Do you think she did this afterwards? Like,
She didn't. That's my whole point. You're saying her hand's too close to his dick, because obviously it's gonna be like on her fucking lap or something.
okay, but like,
Or it could be
let's
on
say-
his neck or
Okay.
something. Where is she supposed to put her hands that's far away from her dick? They're connected to her body. They're tethered to her. And she's clearly sitting next to him. Obviously her hands are gonna be like in proximity to his body. Like, what is your point?
Okay, if she's already sucked on my fucking dick, and we're making out, I'm gonna think it's probably okay for her hand to go there, right? But if she pulls back, but then we're still like making out, like, well, what the fuck is happening at that point?
Multiple times.
Yeah, but this
So,
guy said, but
it's
she's
just
still
a ma-
making out with him. What's the plan? What's the game plan here?
To make out?
After fucking sucking on him for a little bit?
If someone sucks your dick, they just have to keep groping you?
They don't have to. I'm just saying that I can understand how Aziz is very confused at this point.
Even though multiple times, as in like pulled away multiple times, at least 2 times.
After sucking his dick and continue to make out with him after sucking.
Okay, so then at that point, she's not gonna be scared to be a whore, so that removes 50% of his thought process. And now the other 50% you allotted him was that he's desperate. He just already got his dick sucked. Completely gone. Now tell me what's going through his head when she moves her hand away multiple times.
I don't think he knows. His mind is fucking lost at this point.
What do you
He's just trying to bring it home.
Where's the post-nut clarity?
He hasn't nutted yet. There is no clarity.
Oh, did they say that? Is that the smoking gun?
What? No, how can he have, I'm just saying that, like, do you not understand that it's fucking confusing? Now, the guy, when you're confused, you should just
I
pull
don't
back.
see what's
but, like,
confusing about, again, I would say it's confusing if the first time, then she pulled away and he was like, oh, that was confusing. But multiple times, someone's pulling their hand away multiple times. At that point, you're just being pushy and you're prioritizing your own needs. You have to concede on that. You have to now attribute malice to it.
No, fuck, chill. First of all, I don't concede anything because I acknowledge it's pushy, of course. But I'm just saying he's probably in a really confused state. Because she already sucked his dick. Why won't she touch it now?
Does she have to keep sucking it till she dies now?
Yeah, yes, she does.
What do you mean?
Yes, she does. She's obligated to finish it now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, exactly.
Okay, so what are you actually saying?
That he's probably just really confused because sucking dick is a big escalation from just putting your hands on a guy.
Yes, but she's moving it away multiple times. And you said the 2 points of confusion are one, his horniness clouding him, so maybe that's still present. But the second one was that she's afraid of being a whore. If she already went down on him, that's removed. So what is the confusion?
Why aren't we fucking right now? That's probably the confusion.
Is it a confusion or is it his desire overriding her boundaries?
She hasn't put up any boundaries because she's too stupid to say anything.
Is not pulling your hand away repeatedly not asserting a boundary?
That's why I said I have to see. I don't know.
What do you mean you have to see it?
If somebody's like pushing and you're just kind of like, you do this a little bit, then it's kind of. If somebody does something and you're like, get the fuck away from me.
Okay, I didn't even see this line. He moved my hand to his dick 5 to 7 times. I was gonna say, was this like a 2-time thing? Like multiple times can mean 2?
It was 5 to 7 times.
Let's call it 6. 6 times.
Okay.
I moved my hand away from you. You're not confused. You're just horny and don't give a fuck. Just admit it.
Okay. Let's say that I was very straight and a guy moved my hand to his dick. Do you think it would happen 6 times? Let's say I'm talking to Myron and I move his hand to my dick. Do you think it would happen? Do you think it would happen 6 times?
That seems like a fantasy that was waiting to start.
I feel like that would happen 1 time and it would be done.
Okay.
If somebody's gonna be in a spot where their hands are close,
by that logic, men have the right to rape their wives because their wives have more affection and interest in them than another straight man. What is your point?
Why? Why do you do this?
What did I do?
You're triggering the fuck out of me.
Okay.
I'm not trying to say that anybody should rape somebody or that a woman can't change her mind. I'm just saying you gotta understand this is fucking confusing.
But I was saying bringing up the 2 straight men or like 1 gay man, 1 straight idea is not a good analogy.
I'm saying that
if you're using that analogy, then you could equate that to marital rape.
No. The reason I'm using that analogy is because there would be no confusion there. If a guy doesn't want another guy's hand on his dick, it's like, take your hand off. No, you're done. Stop. It's not gonna be like, oh, he did it 5 to 7 times. I moved it away each time, and he kept moving it back.
Right. Same way you wouldn't go on a date with a guy if you're straight. So that's not relevant. And they went on a date, so clearly, obviously, he's not thinking like, oh, maybe she's a lesbian. Like that's obviously not a consideration.
Let's say they go on a date and the guy's in the apartment and he starts to take his dick out and he wants to fuck her cat. Do you think do you think he would try to fuck her cat 5 to 7 times? Or do you think she'd be like, listen.
So now you're saying the 5 to 7 times is proof that the responsibility is on her.
Yeah, I'm saying that there must be some weird ambiguous shit going on.
This is fucked because if it was 1 time, you're saying, oh, he's just confused and maybe she was inching towards the waistband and so he moved it. And now you're saying, oh, now that it's so many times, it proves maybe she's clearly interested because she hasn't like decked him yet or like made it clear like this is equivalent to fucking
No, what
my
I'm
cat.
saying is like if she's like, I took his hand off and we stopped making out and I said I need a minute. Then I'd be like, oh, okay. But when she's like 5 to 7 times,
why can't you just make out with someone without putting your hand on your dick? Does she not have the right to make out with someone and remove? If that's edging him so bad, it's his prerogative to be like, fuck this is giving me blue balls. It's not his prerogative to keep moving her hand.
Okay, let's say that I'm hanging out with my wife.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, let's like go and have a quickie or whatever, okay? And then we go, And before I fuck her, she's like, hold on, I don't want to go that far. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, we're not having sex, only oral. I'm like, okay, that would be really fucking weird because we've had sex. It would be weird to go from that to like we're only doing. It's like because it's a huge step back.
You can
so
think
I'm
it's
with a girl.
weird.
Let me finish. If I'm hanging out with a girl and she's already sucked my dick, and she's like, don't put my hand on your dick. I'm like, bro, I've already been in your mouth. It would be very confusing. That I'm not saying they're not allowed to do it, and I'm not saying he can Mad Max rape her.
Marital rape.
I'm not saying he can rape her. I'm just saying that from the guy's perspective, that's really confusing.
Okay, I don't want to put your wife in this example because that feels weird. Let's say a girl, like you said, has already given you head, and now she doesn't want to do it right now. You're pushing her head down to your dick, and she's resurfacing. Are you gonna do that 5 times and be like, well, the fact that it's happened 5 to 7 times means that like clearly this is confusing?
I mean, it depends on how it's happening 5 times. Like, let's say you do it, and then she just comes up, she's like resting her head on your stomach for like a minute, and then you try again, and then she pulls away, and then she rests her head like on your thigh for a minute. Like, I can see the guy be like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing right now. I feel like I'm getting fucking like edged.
What is the confusion? She doesn't want to be a whore, so she's gonna rest her head on your thigh because that makes it more.
Why can't she just say, no, I'm not doing this right now?
Okay.
How easy would that be?
They're making
say,
out.
It would be like with the
She's
cat thing.
moving
She would
her
say,
hand.
no, don't fuck my cat. It wouldn't be like, oh, don't put your dick near there. She'd say, don't fuck my cat. Stop. You might even get kicked out for trying to fuck the cat. But here it's like,
Okay.
oh, let's move away a little bit. 5
Okay.
times,
So
6
like you're
times,
saying-
7 times.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
The first time, she has her hand on his waistband, and he moves it to her dick. Like you said, it'd be kind of, not out of pocket, but it'd be maybe a bit aggressive to be like, no, because maybe he was confused. So at that point, she's like, I'm going to be gentle with him. I'm not going to say no, because guys obviously everyone feels a certain type of way when they're told no. So it's like, you're not going to say no, you're just going to move your hand. It's like soft rejection. Right?
Just have
So
a
at that point,
fucking boundary.
then he keeps
have
going.
a boundary.
Then he keeps going, and by the 3rd time, you're thinking she should just be like, we're making out, and she just goes, I'd rather not have my hand on your penis right now.
Based. Queen. What a queen response. What a queen response. Fuck him, yeah. And because here's the issue, okay? Here's the issue. The guy can respond in one of 2 ways.
Oh, she says, I don't have my hand
Oh
on
my
your dick
god,
right
I'm so
now.
sorry. Did I just
Continue.
am I allowed? Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, my bad. Are you okay? Am I ready to go? Okay. You made me figure out what I was going to say. I hate
Perfect.
you so much. Wait, no, hold on. I got to remember it. What were we just talking about? Oh my god, you just fucking mind raped
I'm
me
sorry,
so hard.
I'm pretty like drunk. And
Oh my god, I just got incepted. I actually just got incepted out of my fucking idea. What the fuck was I gonna say? What were we talking about right
This is
before?
my equivalent of the FNF soundboard to trip you up.
Oh my god, I can't believe you just... Oh, the guy has 1 of 2 responses, okay? You can say like, hey, I don't want to put my hand on your dick right now, okay? He can respond 1 of 2 ways. He can either like, pout and be a fucking baby and then you just fucking leave because fuck him. Or he can say like, oh, okay, let's just chill for a bit, okay? 1 of 2 ways.
What if he says the thing you said earlier of, why not? You just gave me head. Is that
That's
not?
number 1, he's pouting. Then you'd be like, okay, well, fuck you, and then you leave. Okay? But here's the thing. If he responds in like the pouty, whiny way, he's probably not going to be the guy to get a subtle signal because he's a debater, he's a whiner, he's going to push. And if he responds in the mature way, then he probably would have already gotten the signal, right? So like your responses are the same either way. So why not just be like forward about it? So like, hey, stop. And if the guy turns into a baby, he was never going to read your signal anyway because he's always pushing. Or, you know, he would have read the signal, you wouldn't even be in that spot to begin with. So I think you should just be forward.
So you think in an ideal sexual scenario, if the guy continues to like override your physical signals when, you know, clearly there's no point of confusion, the woman should let it happen under 5 to 7 times and then say, I don't want my hand on your penis. And then if he says, why not? I go, I'm walking away from this conversation. That's how you think.
No, you don't let it do 5 to 7 times.
I said under.
1 time. If you're not like ready for it, be like, oh, like I don't think I'm comfortable for that yet. Like, okay.
And then if he says, I'm confused.
Then you say, go donate to Fresh and Fit and ask them. Well, then you can explain it. If she's like literally like asking, like if he says like, oh, I'm confused, and he's like, oh, I just need like give me like 5 minutes to like chill and we'll see where I'm at. But if he says I'm confused, he's already fucked up, so you're probably fucking leaving.
Okay, so you think this interaction should have ended at which point? Or do you think what JP said should not have even gone over?
Her going over was probably fine because she was probably wanting to fuck.
Maybe not wanting to fuck, wanting to feel it out. Is that fair?
Sex was on the table.
That's not the same as wanting to fuck.
Sex was on the table. If it goes well, she's gonna fuck, right?
Wanting to feel it
Okay.
out, yeah.
When I go to a steakhouse, I want to eat a steak, but if there's a dead rat on my plate, I won't do it. Okay.
What?
I'm going to the steakhouse to eat the steak. She's going to his house to fuck him, right? But she's feeling it out. She's seeing how it is, right? Maybe she won't. She doesn't have to. I'm not saying spousal rape.
It could also just mean like you can't make out at a restaurant. Maybe she wants to kiss him. Is that okay? To be like, we can have a kiss weeks before fucking. What is that? Completely naive to say?
Yes.
Where should they kiss? At the
Outside at the
fucking
doorstep.
oyster-
At the doorstep. That's what you do.
Like the 80s?
You give him a kiss, yes, and you say, I'll see you tomorrow for the next date, and then you leave. Why would you go into the guy's house to fucking make out?
Okay, in modern day age, he's calling her Uber. They're gonna make out while her Uber driver's right there before he closes the door on her Uber. Because he's not walking her home. He's sending her an Uber to frickin' Brooklyn.
Okay, if he's already buying the Uber for her, what a gentleman, okay? Number
Oh,
one.
and at that point...
But I'm saying, like, she could go into the house to make out if she wants, but it's kind of mindfucky for him at that point. But,
Why? Lots of people make out before fucking. Like, make out...
I agree with what you just said.
Make out before fucking days later, weeks later, whatever. Or just make out, period. Have you fucked every single person you've kissed?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the average person has?
Yeah. No. Okay, obviously not. Okay, listen, stop. Okay. I'm sorry, ignore those two answers. I'm just saying that they could just, like, have a makeout session outside. Like, it's okay to do that. But, like, if you're at the point... Fuck, hold on. I'm trying to figure out if I'm retarded or if I'm just too Coomer brained. If I'm in my fucking apartment and a girl says, like, oh, your countertops are nice, and I make a joke, I'm like, they look really nice with you on it, and she hops up on the countertop, we're like fucking takeoff.
Wait, sorry. This is so long that I have like such
Destiny, you are retarded. Destiny, you're not retarded. Thank you guys for the support.
Those strawberries are fucking crazy.
Yeah, the thought juice.
Yeah.
Did you get through both of them?
No, I gotta start the second. Do you want
Oh my
it?
God, no.
Can you believe I'm fucking dunking on you while
You're not
drunk?
dunking on me. This is part of my strategy. I watched every Andrew Tate video, okay? Getting the person drunk and you
Yeah.
being sober. I'm fucking...
Yeah, you're on
you
a
need
Red
to know
Bull?
how. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Red Bull for Red Pill, yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where's this countertop bit? They discussed NYU. Like, what is this? Lobster rolls. I don't. Why is there a photo? How about you hop up and take a seat? Okay, you capped. She wasn't like, yeah, maybe I will. He just said, how about you hop up and take a seat with
And she did!
Is that said?
It doesn't say she didn't. It says...
Is this how you see the world? When Katie Way doesn't write it, it's implied that it happened? Katie Way would have written it.
He said something along the lines of, how about you hop up and take a seat? Within moments he was kissing her. So it sounds like that's what happened.
Yeah, and it sounds like she's okay with making out, but then she's thinking, okay, I just wanted to make out. Okay, isn't it clear at this point that she came over to his house to make out? What? What?
I just hate women.
Me or her? Or
All of you.
Why? Why?
It's like... It's such a sexually charged joke. And then you go to making out afterwards? Like...
Sexually charged can still be like trying to rizz her up to make out.
Why would you raise someone up to make out? You can make out with your mom, okay? You don't need a fucking girl for that, okay? What do you mean make out? Tom Brady makes out with his
Hop
kid.
up and take a seat.
okay?
I don't think she assumed they were gonna fuck on the counters.
Hop up and take a seat? That's like saying my dick sure is cold right now.
Are you serious?
Yes! Hop up on my counter? Okay.
Hop up on my counter?
I might be Coomer brain. Hold on.
You are.
Okay,
Okay,
let me
listen.
I need more perspective. Let me just back up. I just gotta reset, okay? I might be Coomer brain. I might be Coomer brain.
What does that mean again?
I'm just too horny all the time.
Yeah.
If, like...
So basically, clearly he's saying hop up and take a seat to make out with her. He's not thinking hop up on that counter and then
So I
I'm
can
gonna
fuck you on it! Yes!
That's not a thing.
What?
That's not a thing. Why would they have sex on the counter instead of his bed? What?
I can't. I don't know what's happening right now. You're gaslighting the fuck out of me.
Is that crazy to think that, like, clearly she thinks, okay, I'm getting on the counter to kiss him, not for him to fucking fuck me on the counter? Is that, like, am I just not watching enough porn? Is that a thing that happens a lot in guys' fantasies? They fuck on counters? Is that
Yes!
a thing? Okay, maybe
Or
I'm
like
just-
on...
maybe
like,
I'm out of touch.
If... Well, I don't know now. If I'm like with a girl, and I'm like, why don't you like hop on my table? That's like, we're fucking. We're like past marriage at that point. That's how committed to the
On
fuck
the
we
table?
are. Yes! Or like on my desk, or like, yeah, like fucking on things. It's a human instinct, okay? It's an ooga booga thing.
Okay, fine. So he thinks I'm gonna fuck her on the counter. He goes to get the condom, and she says, "Okay, let's relax. Now let's continue."
Okay.
So she's denying the sex. I love how this was supposed to be a JP reaction.
Well, you brought this up, so we needed the... I will say it's more fleshed out than you being like, yeah, she said no, and he kept fucking her, okay? Because that's how you presented it, all right?
Farha only fucks with the lights off through the dick hole in his underwear and missionary hole in the bed.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where were we?
On the
Oh, okay, look.
countertop. Okay.
Where do you want me to fuck you? Okay, you read.
Okay. When Ansari didn't notice Grace's reticence or knowingly ignored it, it is impossible for her to say, oh, sorry, hold on. Okay. Whether Ansari didn't notice Grace's reticence or knowingly ignored it is impossible for her to say. I know it was physically giving off cues that I wasn't interested. I don't think that was noticed at all, or if it was ignored. Even she doesn't fucking know whether the fuck he was like picking it up or not. Hold on.
What?
So they can see the text. Ansari wanted to have sex. She said she remembers him asking again and again, "Where do you want me to fuck you?" While she was still seated on the countertop. Vine boom. But anyway, while she was still seated on the countertop, she says she found the question tough to answer because she said she didn't want to fuck him at all. How is that tough to answer?
Yeah, okay, let's keep reading.
If I had a knife and I asked, "What do you want me to stab you?"
Okay, look. She answered. They're just...
She said, okay.
They didn't say she didn't answer. Katie Way was just painting a picture of what's going through her head. She said, next time. That's a no.
Okay, hold on. Let's keep going. Okay, all right.
Let's keep going?
We're reading.
Yeah, read this.
I wasn't really... I'm trying to... Let me get to that. Okay, there's like 12 words before that, okay? Chill. I wasn't really even thinking of that. I didn't want to be engaged in that with him. But he kept asking, so I said, next time. And he goes, oh, you mean second date? And I go, oh yeah, sure. And he goes, well, if I poured you another glass of wine now, would it count as our second date? He then poured her a glass and handed it to her. She excused herself to them soon after. Why? Why didn't she say no?
So what, the glass?
Why is she accepting another drink? It's so fucking confusing.
Because maybe it sounds like he's just joking. Like, if a guy said this to me, I would think, like, oh, he's just being corny. And what? Because clearly it's like, okay, she said next time. He's just trying to think of something, like, not awkward to say, right? No, I mean, clearly he wants to fuck her, but my point is, like, do you really expect her to be like, oh, then I won't take the drink if you're going to interpret this drink as our second date, which means we're going to fuck? Like, is that what you're saying?
When a guy messages you and he's like, hey, do you want to fuck? And you don't respond for 6 hours, and then he messages you again and he's like, oh my God, that was my friend on the phone. Do you believe it was his friend on the phone? Because that's what you're being like right now.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not still trying to have sex. My point is, like, what do you think she should say to that?
She should say, no, it wouldn't count, but nice try. She can be polite, funny, and yeah.
Nice try.
She could joke about it, yeah.
She excused herself to the bathroom. Yeah, I guess Katie didn't include what she said. Maybe it didn't fit the narrative.
Yeah, that she said, she obviously accepted it. He wasn't force feeding it to her. And we already know he's got the claw, so if he wanted to shove her mouth open, he could do it.
Uh-huh. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Fuck, hold on. They always link shit.
Did they just make this? Is that what happens?
Probably. Why do these images take so long to load? This is just to make out, though, by the way. Okay, here we go. Ready? Grace says she spent around 5 minutes in the bathroom, collecting herself in the mirror and splashing herself with water.
What? Maybe
It's
you're
so dramatic. All this time just saying no. I don't want to fuck you.
No, people do that to sober up.
This sounds like me on my 10.5 grams of mushrooms, where I'm in the bathroom and I'm like talking to myself and I'm like hyping myself up for like the hardest fucking thing in the world. And it's like, bro, can't you just like, can't you just say no?
I really think it's just sober up.
Okay. Grace spent around 5 minutes. Just as a heads up, if you're listening, you cannot sober up by splashing water in your face. Okay, heads up. Okay, maybe she needed to sober up with another glass of wine. Maybe that's what she needed. Okay. Grace says she spent around 5 minutes in the bathroom collecting herself in the mirror and splashing herself with water. Then she went back to Ansari. He asked her if she was okay. I said I don't want to feel forced because then I'll hate you, and I'd rather not hate you. How is this not the most fucking ambiguous fucking shit? What the fuck is this? Is she writing Shakespeare? Is this iambic pentameter? What the fuck is going on right now?
What do you mean? What do you mean? She's saying, I don't want to feel forced. That's the nicer way of saying, don't force me. That's literally like the soft way of saying, don't force me, no?
What, don't force you? Do I need to make you want it? Do you see how this is like an invitation for more confusion?
A bit, yeah. I can see that.
Okay. She told Babe that at first she was happy with how he reacted. He said, oh, of course. It's only fun if we're both having fun. The response was technically very sweet and acknowledging the fact that I was very uncomfortable. Verbally, in that moment, he acknowledged that I needed to take it slow. Then he said, sorry.
What?
Then he said, let's just chill over here on the couch. This moment is particularly significant for Grace because she thought that would be the end of the sexual encounter. Her remark about not wanting to feel forced had added a verbal component to the cues she was trying to give him around her discomfort. When she sat down on the floor next to Ansari, who sat on the couch, she thought he might rub her back or play with her hair. Something to calm her down? This chick is fucking retarded. Do you understand that? What do I mean? So I wanted to de-escalate by having him rub my back and play with my hair. You know she's retarded. Now you know it. No, okay. Where's the stop the cat button? I need the soundboard. Okay. You don't have to say anything. That's fine. Okay, we'll keep going. Ansari instructed her to turn around. He sat back and pointed to his penis and motioned for me to go down on him. And I did! I think I just felt really pressured.
Wait. Just read that one more time.
Ansari instructed her to turn around. He sat back and pointed to his penis and motioned for me to go down on him. And I did. I think I just felt really pressured. It was literally the most unexpected thing I thought would happen at that moment because I told him I was uncomfortable. Who would have known that you'd be sucking the same dick 2 times after sitting on the floor in front of the couch on the guy?
A little bit of pushback. Okay. A girl sucks your dick, and then he's trying to have sex with you, and you're like, what does she say? I'm a bit uncomfortable?
She said, no. Let's see what she said. She said, I don't want to feel forced because then I'll hate you, and I'd rather not hate you. That's what whatever the fuck that means, okay?
So if a girl said that to you, would you try to get oral again?
I wouldn't be in this spot, okay? If a girl says stuff like this, in my opinion, hesitation always means no, and you just disengage completely. If
So
somebody's
why
hesitating,
can't you apply that? Why can't all men adopt that mindset?
because
then?
not all men are gigachads like me, okay?
But isn't there enough like sex ed learning at this point where they always tell you like if it's not a yes, it's a no? Like isn't that like beaten into everyone's minds at this point?
Because girls don't always operate that way. Sometimes they don't always give a yes, and it ends up being okay.
So take the risk and don't get laid that night.
Yeah, that's easy for guys to get laid a lot, but if you're a guy that doesn't get much action, that's a pretty tall order.
Okay.
If you've put in this much work, like look at all the Riz. He took her out to dinner. They walked across some bullshit fucking stuff. They went out to some romantic fucking spot where they looked at shit. Like he's put a lot of work in at this point. He's got her back to her apartment. He's probably serving her the
then
nice
just say
$500 bottle of white
say
wine.
that he feels entitled to sex, not confused about it. Slightly entitled, right? You're saying he should feel slightly entitled to sex because he's already like shelled out so much money for this date.
Yeah, he's put a lot of quarters into the pussy machine and turning and nothing's coming out. Okay.
But you're actually saying that like unironically.
The problem is you're using like the most loaded language. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to call it entitlement, sure.
What do you want to call it?
Expectation has been fostered.
Okay.
If me and Melina go out and she tells me in the morning, she's like, I'm super fucking horny today. And I'm like, okay.
Don't use someone you're married to as an example. Use a date as an example.
Okay. Let's say a date and I are sexting a little. And then we go out. And we have a really fun night. And we have a lot of fun. And we're like touching each other. We're flirty. You know, we go out to eat. We watch a movie. We're cuddly. And then we go back to her place. And we go up to her bedroom. And I'm like, your bed is so comfy. I can't wait to just go to sleep. And I go to sleep. She's going to feel really disappointed. Now, is it because she's entitled, or is it because there's like an expectation that was fostered?
Yes, an expectation is fostered,
Yeah.
but the entitlement would be if she's then like, oh, well, he's asleep, I'm gonna like suck his dick.
Based. But the problem here is that
He can feel like
for
that was a waste of time.
Ansari to be entitled, I think she would have to say no, and he's still going. But she hasn't. She's sucked his dick twice now. Okay? She's had as much of his dick in his mouth as she's had bottles of wine at his place at his work, or glasses of wine, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So I just
Okay.
wish we could like, do you have liner?
What is liner?
It's like a Chrome extension where you can highlight things.
Can't we just use the mouse to do that?
No, you can. I just wanted to highlight like multiple things. I was trying to highlight like every single thing she said at this point. Like, well, let's relax for a second, and then, because a lot of this is like convoluted because it's like internal dialogue. And
Well,
then
here,
what
I
she's
mean, like,
actually
no,
saying.
hold on. Hold your hands up, okay? Let's do this, okay? And I'm going to give you, put your
What?
fingers down, okay? And I'm going to give you a point for, whoa, hold on, and a point for, yeah, let's go, okay? And then to see how confusing this is, okay? Ready?
Okay.
Okay, put both hands up. Okay. Okay.
And all the yeah, let's go's are going to be implied physical cues.
Well, all of the let's hold on are also going to be like implied physical
Okay,
cues.
okay, let's do it.
All right, so. Okay. I'm going to give you the first one because I would say coming back to the apartment is already like a big yay. But I won't even,
No,
you don't have to.
no.
It absolutely. But we'll leave that one, okay?
No.
He said something along the lines of like, how about you hop up and take a seat? That's one yes.
No.
What?
And maybe I just need to watch counter porn. I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's consent to make out. I don't think that's consent to fuck. Is that fair?
Okay. How about his hand was on my breast and she didn't say anything? Can that be a point yes?
A point yes to continue, not a point yes to fuck her. So like,
But that's the
that's what I'm saying.
destination.
It is. So I'm saying like him then undressing her after she's not refuting the breast thing. I would say that could be a point for yes. Like that leads to the next action.
All
yeah.
of this is 1 point?
Yeah.
She went back to his house.
No, fuck.
She hopped up on the
fuck that.
countertop.
Now you're just doing
They
like
started
basic,
kissing.
You're doing basic rape talking points, like rape.
It's not rape. These are basic things you check for when you're seeing if a girl's like comfortable. And it seems like you got the green light to go the entire time.
I just feel like if your date is in a public place, I can understand wanting to go to someone's house without knowing if you want to fuck them yet, just to kind of like make out and see the vibe.
Okay, see the vibe means if all goes well, you'll fuck.
Not necessarily if you want to pursue a relationship.
Stop!
What?
Why are you saying not necessarily? I didn't say necessarily. So why are you saying not necessarily? I said if all goes well. The if implies not necessarily. If it was a necessary thing, the if would not be
No,
there.
that's not true.
It is true.
No.
Deductively so.
No, it's not.
What do you mean not?
You saying if doesn't mean it's not necessary. This is so stupid.
If the vibe is good.
Why is this our
if-
point of contention right now?
If the vibe is good,
The
then the
preface
sex
to
will
my
happen.
sentence is
It
what we're
doesn't
arguing right
necessarily mean that like you're gonna have sex, but if the vibe is good, then
I'm saying not necessarily just going to someone's house mean if the vibe is good, you're gonna have sex. I'm saying not necessarily to the whole statement, including the if. Fuck off.
oh, so you're saying even if
Can I continue the sentence?
wait, can I? Okay, you're saying even if the vibe is perfect, you won't have sex if you go back to a guy's house.
Think of F and how they're like, I won't wife up a girl who fucks on the first date. There are lots of girls who just want to kiss on the first date. And you're the one who's been talking this whole time about social norms and not want to be a whore. So can't she still be like, even if all goes well and I'm attracted and I want to have sex, I still don't want to have sex today.
Sure, if you want to do that, then the girl should say at the
I should
outset-
say to him, not today, 3 weeks from now, once you see me as a human being and not just as a
Yeah.
recreational use only.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I should tell
There
the guy.
have been girls that I brought back to my apartment that I haven't fucked. But we've had that conversation before where like I don't think I'm comfortable like fucking on the first date. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. We can go back and like watch something and chill. And that's it. So there are girls that have said that like verbatim. They'll be like, we can go back to your mind if you want, but I'm not having sex. It's rare. Sometimes you have to feel it out. But there are girls that say, I think that's a good thing to say. And then the guy can't pout or be a little baby bitch if he tries to like rizz you up later. And you're like, okay, like, you know, keep putting all the quarters in, but I'm keeping them. You're not getting any pussy out of the machine tonight. That's okay to do. But like, I think you should be clear about it because that's...
Okay, let's say that's not even the case for her. It's not that she's like, oh, I want him to see me as like a long-term partner. Maybe she's just like, I don't know if we have chemistry yet. I want to kiss and see the vibe. They're kissing. Maybe she's not attracted to him.
So
Maybe
let's say
it's-
you kiss and see the vibe and the vibe is good. Then what?
It can mean many things. It can mean you keep kissing. It can mean you have sex. It can mean you go home. It can mean
Okay.
you have oral. Like, what is your point?
So if the vibe is good, then the sex happens.
Again, not necessarily. What is your... why are you just repeating the same thing?
I don't. I'm looping right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep reading.
Okay. Where were we at? Oh, okay. Hold on. She was sucking his dick the second time. Okay, that's where we were. Okay. So soon after I slobbed his knob twice in a row, he pulled her back onto the couch.
Okay, what someone just said is a good point. They said if... maybe I'm misreading it. Someone's... Can you
Yeah.
scroll on this? How does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. One of my favorite... like, this one comedian said, like, the thing is, girls don't ask for it because if they wanted to, they would just ask for it. Because girls, like you said, guys rarely turn down girls. Girls have the option. And I feel like that's a good point. Like, if a girl wants to have sex with you, won't that be clear? Like, shouldn't the confusion itself be a sign that, like, she doesn't want to? When, like, you were saying earlier, girls have, like, sexual leverage.
It can be if the guy is like very much in his like fucking focused meditative mind state.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
If the guy's paying attention to signals like really hardcore, yeah. But remember earlier I said like you can bullshit yourself into a lot of like maybe she's just doing this because she needs a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she feels like she's not wet enough. Maybe she wants me to go down on her first. Maybe she's just nervous. Like that's like probably in that particular moment in time, that's probably what the guy's probably thinking. He's never actually thinking like, oh wow, she really wants me to stop, because he's just not there mentally.
Do you think we're reviving babe.net?
No, I'm stealing actually because I'm reading that from their website, so they're not getting all the hits. Okay. The fact that you said earlier her sentence of like, I don't want you to feel like you forced me if we were to have sex. That statement was crystal clear. Okay, already fucking sends me for a fucking spin. Okay.
I guess if a girl were to hear that from another girl, it'd be crystal clear to them what that means.
No.
Same way, you know, when guys say like, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, most girls and guys know that's code for I don't want to date you. Not necessarily. I mean, sure, sometimes.
Yeah,
it can
but they
mean-
always like view it as like an invitation to like fight and debate. I've had that type of conversation with a girl before, and then they'll like come back later and they're like, oh, you said you weren't like, why are you talking to this girl? Why are you blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah? Like,
Yeah, and I
'cause
would say
people-
that's entitlement.
well, but people are just dumb. Imagine this story starts off with this. Imagine where the girl is like, oh, he took me into my apartment. He's like, do you want to hop on the counter? And she's like, oh, I don't want to have sex. This whole story would be
Sorry,
over.
say that again?
Imagine if the girl just said no right at the start. Oh my god. Watch this. This is one of the funniest fucking throws, okay? You know what this is?
No.
It's Minecraft, okay? Watch this, okay? Hold on. So he needs to place a block so he can jump on it and jump up here, right?
Okay.
What does this guy do? He pours lava on himself like 5 times and he kills himself. Watch. He's gonna die.
Sometimes I have bad dreams where
That's his
I
dono.
feel like my legs don't work. I try to run,
Consumers
but
will
nothing
never
happens.
give up.
It's like I am in cement.
You got it?
I know.
It's really funny, okay? Alright, are you ready
For what?
to go back to this?
I never tuned out, yeah.
Oh.
I didn't really understand that.
Okay. It was good, don't worry about it. Okay. Soon, he pulled me back up onto the couch. She would tell her friend via text later that night, he made out with me again and says, doesn't look like you hate me. Okay, first of all, I don't know how you make out with someone. That's usually like a 2-person process, okay? She's making it sound like she was like lifeless.
I think you can make out with someone without them doing it back.
But that's not what it sounds like is happening. Maybe that's happening, but okay. Halfway into the encounter, he led her from the couch to a different part of his apartment. He said he had to show her something. I'm sorry. Then he brought her to a large mirror, bent her over, and asked her again, where do you want me to fuck you? Do you want me to fuck you right here? He rammed his penis against her ass while he said it, pantomiming intercourse. I just remember looking in the mirror and seeing him behind me. He was very much caught up in the moment, and I obviously very much wasn't, Grace said. After he bent me over is when I stood up and said, no, I don't think I'm ready to do this. I really don't think I'm going to do this. And he said...
Okay. Is this the turning point now where you feel like... lack
Yeah,
of
this is a
consent?
good one. She said this is a good line.
If you think Katie Way is lying,
maybe the person telling Katie Way this is lying. But if she said this is good.
All the points you agree with, there's no if. You're like, see, she consented to the counter. That's all implied. She got up on the counter. But the one thing...
I'm a streamer being careful with my words. Because somebody's going to link something. It's like, well, actually, the CCTV footage came out. She didn't say that. But like this is a good line, right? I don't think I'm ready to do this. I really don't think I'm going to do this. That's way better. Now we're on some serious verbal cueage here where it's like, okay, right?
Is that a real word?
Which one?
Cueage?
Shouldn't you know if you have the English degree?
No, I've never heard it before. I thought it was interesting.
Okay, do you have a problem with that?
Is it?
What did you study in your English degree?
Can I look it up?
Do you study like language prescriptivism?
You're being very defensive now.
I'm just curious.
It's not real.
Do you think that language is descriptive or prescriptive? Am I not allowed to like spitball out some new words here? If I say it enough, it'll become a word.
I wasn't
no?
saying it to check you for using a word improperly. Like I was actually curious if it's a word.
Okay, well right now you're criticizing how a Latinx fucking member of the community who might not be English speaking first is utilizing this language, okay? It's a little colonialist, all right? And it makes me feel kind of bad, all right? Let me have my word. Just close it out. You're not going to find it. It's not in any dictionary you've ever heard of, okay? Close it. Okay, ready?
Okay.
How about we chill, but this time with our clothes on? W Riz. They got dressed, sat side by side on the couch they'd already chilled on, and he turned on an episode of Seinfeld.
Elriz.
You don't like Seinfeld?
I
don't
was
like
expecting
Seinfeld.
a lot
It's
more when people
Yeah,
hyped it
what?
up.
Lost? What are you expecting? Okay.
I think it's on par with Friends, but people hype it up like it's some like critical darling, and like Friends is just like layman's TV, and I'm just like, to me they're the same, right?
Okay.
Do you agree?
I
I'm more
don't.
interested in this right now. Do you
I
think
don't like Seinfeld or Friends. That's my take.
But do you think they're in the same tier?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, continue. I just need someone to validate me about that.
Okay. And he turned on an episode of Seinfeld. She'd never seen it before. She said that's when the reality of what was going on sank in. It really hit me, and I was violated. I felt really emotional all at once when we sat down there. That's when the whole experience was actually horrible. While the TV played in the background, he kissed her again, stuck his fingers down her throat again, and moved onto her pants. She turned away. She remembers feeling in a different mindset at that point.
Because she had just verbalized no. That's what I was basically saying
Sure.
earlier. Like once
I
you
agree.
say no, then it becomes horrifying that they're persisting.
Sure.
So at this point now, are you saying all of this is unconsensual now that the cueage is on point?
It's pretty bad at this point. Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Well, she sat down next to him. I don't know what sitting down next to him, chilling,
So
watching an
you're
episode of Seinfeld
conceding
is.
the cueage doesn't matter. It's never
No,
mattered.
well, when he cued, at least they put their clothes on and they chilled. But like this past year is like pretty
Seinfeld,
bad.
that's a point for yes. You're gonna say
This is
that.
pretty. It's pretty bad. This is pretty bad. I would say it's pretty bad. Okay,
Just say non-consensual.
it's non-consensual.
Okay.
Okay.
Continue.
L, non-consensual. I remember saying, "You guys are all the fucking same. You guys are all the fucking same." And Sari asked her what she meant. When she turned to answer, she says he met her with gross, forceful kisses. After that last kiss, Grace stood up from the couch, moved back to the kitchen island where she left her phone, and said she would call herself a car. He hugged her and kissed her goodbye, another aggressive kiss. When she pulled away, Ansari finally relented and insisted he'd call her the car. He said, "It's coming, but just tell them your name is Essence," she said, a name he just joked about using as a pseudonym in his sitcom. She teared up in the hallway, outside his place, pressing the down button on the elevator. The Uber was waiting when she left the building. He asked if she was Essence, and she said yes, and then rode back to her Brooklyn apartment. I cried the whole ride home. At that point, I felt violated. That last hour was so out of hand. Babe asked Ansari's representatives if they wanted to respond to Grace's account, but they have yet to do so.
Okay, this is perfect. This is great closure. I'm about to win this debate. Fucking trivialize someone's story for my W.
Go, okay.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. This is editor TikTok moment. This is where she wants the clip. Go for it.
I'm the editor.
Yeah, well, just so you know. Go ahead.
Okay. So the cueage, she's now said no.
Uh-huh.
And what's going through his head? Why did he persist?
He's being horny and dumb. He's been pretty dumb at this point.
Is that dumb or malicious? What's the dumb part? Where's the confusion? She just said no, and you said there's been confusion because she hasn't said no. She said, I don't want to feel forced, and you said, that's
If
confusing.
he was malicious, why didn't you just push harder earlier on all the points?
What?
If he was malicious, why wouldn't he just fucked her when he had her bent over?
Like raped her? Because some things...
Oh, this is my clip now. quick talk, so brain rot politics is right now. You better have a good response to this one. Uh-oh.
There are certain things, like my friends who've been assaulted in college, there are certain things that are considered assault by university standards, but not by legal standards. So this, for instance, if he actually did what you just said, that's actually prosecutable. This, technically, sadly, is not prosecutable. It's not.
You think this guy is fucking busting out his law degree in the middle of the fucking thing where he's got like fucking
It's not
like,
about that. It's
oh,
deeply ingrained
let's see,
in you.
Cornell.law.edu. If I were to insert right now, this would be prosecutorial, blah, blah, blah.
It's not. And it has nothing to do with that. It's just like, same way, like, it's ingrained in you don't do certain things when cops are around, but when they're not there, you don't. It's like, obviously, there's a certain standard where he...
And he
you
knows
know
perfectly where the prosecution line is for rape?
It's not about the prosecution level. It's certain things you think, it's okay to coerce her if she doesn't really want to, but then if I actually rape her, then that's a harder pill to swallow. Where are you yawning?
Because I yawn. Am I not allowed to fucking yawn?
Oh, I thought it was like an intentional yawn.
Oh. If
Like,
it was
I thought you
performative,
were-
I won't cover my... I'll be like, oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Okay. So in your mind, this is Jack Bauer with a perfect understanding of the law. Law and Order SVU. He's only raping her the most he can rape her without getting in trouble for it. I'm gonna go with the other thing
No,
where...
it's not about having SVU brain. It's just like in everyday life, lots of people do unethical things without transgressing a boundary.
What you just said about like what's prosecutorial? Prosecutorial? Is that the word I'm looking for? Something that can be prosecuted.
Okay.
You're saying that most guys know that line, have that understanding?
It's not about necessarily whether they're intentionally thinking it. I think just like it's ingrained, you know.
You have the law
Now I
written
know
in
I'm
your
raping
DNA.
you. You can rely on this gray space to be like, oh, she was kind of into it.
Couldn't she have just said
Oh,
that?
here's another good example. Drinking. That's a blurry line, but you're not. And it's like, okay, you're gonna apply a girl with alcohol, so she sleeps with you, right? And if I were to say that's unconsensual, if you're not drinking and you're applying a girl with alcohol to the point where she can barely talk, walk, and is blackout drunk, and then if your response is, oh, at that point, why not just roofie her and fuck her? Do you see what I'm saying? It's not about having that SVU brain. It's do you get what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it contradicts my point though.
How so?
Because I don't think because roofing somebody is like clearly maliciously wrong. You want to fuck them. But getting them really drunk, I think that's like an acceptable part of like hookup culture. Like guys don't view that as raping.
It is. I'm just creating an analogy to this scenario.
No,
my
and
point is
it's the perfect analogy.
It is.
Because if a guy is roofing somebody, that's a fucking rapist. If a guy is getting a girl so drunk that she's like barely knows that, he's like an unintentional rapist. But he's not doing it with malicious forethought. He's just fucking playing the dumb dating games that we play.
Obviously, there's a line, and it's a spectrum. It could be like lots of people drink 1 or 2 drinks as an aphrodisiac, but there's a line where if she can barely walk and is like not mentally present, then I think that teeters past the line, right?
Yeah, but the effect, the rape effect can be blurry, but the intent I think is like binary.
This is all a tangent. My point was your opposition to what I said was if he had malice, why not just
why not just fucking fuck
why
her
not just
in the mirror?
force her down and rape her?
Well,
and I'm saying a guy could have malice to think I'm gonna get a girl to the point where she can barely walk and talk, and so she fucks me, but not cross the line of actually fucking her while she's
if a guy
passed
had
out.
that malicious forethought, I think he'd root for her too. I think a guy would do that.
But it happens every day. More girls are probably raped in that state than they are in a roofied,
I
blacked
agree,
out, unconscious
but that's
state.
because the other roofie, that's because the drunk thing is more part of the dating norm culture. That's the problem. Or the hookup culture norms.
It is, but would you have sex with a girl who is not mentally present and is like, where am I? What? What?
I'm sorry, say that again. What was the question?
Wait, what was funny?
Nothing. Just, I would never do that. I don't think.
Do you think it's malicious if a guy has sex with a girl who is so drunk, she's not passed out, but she's blackout drunk, and she's like, where am I? Who are you? Even though they've been talking at the club for an hour. Do you think that's malicious? Or do you think he's still like, this is part of the dating ritual. Girls need to have a drink to feel loose. Like, you know that's transgressing that at that point if she's like,
but
where
they
am I?
do that. That's the problem. I like, there's gonna be a line where it's malicious. Like when you see those YouTube videos of like a girl like, where am I at? And the guy's like, come to my apartment. That's like, but the guy that would do that, if he had access to the drugs, that's the guy that would roofie a girl, 100%. I think so.
I don't think so. I feel like it's way more commonplace than you think.
Okay, let's play a game, okay? Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This guy right here, this is Ramsay Bolton. Do you know who that is?
No.
Game of Thrones, rapist. This is full on 100% as rape as it gets. Okay.
Wait, what am I looking at?
This right here is the rape point. Okay.
I'm so confused already.
This here, this is going to be our rape spectrum. Okay.
And what is the circle?
That's the rape point.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's the full on rape point. Okay. This here is the. She said, yes, I consent. I've got a notary here and 5 witnesses, and I'm so happy, and we're going to have sex, and it's going to be so fun and consensual the whole time, blah, blah, blah. This is the least
Notary.
rape thing ever.
Okay.
Okay? The least rape point ever. Okay? Now, over here, the guy is, like, maliciously trying to fucking rape people. I'm going to roofie them. I'm going to do whatever. And over here, a guy is, like, the most consensual ever, right? Okay. So the question is the guy who's like, this girl is like so fucking toasted, she's like wasted and I want to fuck her, is he like over here, or where would you put him on the rape spectrum?
It depends on the level of drunk. So that girl who was on FNF, your episode, I would say if someone had sex with her, they're crossing a line.
Careful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was so inappropriate. Stop. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay. I'm just saying that, like...
But you see what I'm saying? Someone who would maybe have sex with her wouldn't necessarily... You're conflating that with the type of guy who'd also roofie her and be like...
What I'm saying is that because...
But do you agree that there's a distance between the guy who would have sex with that girl who was on FNF, who was not mentally present, I don't know what she was on, versus...
Percocet, yeah.
I don't care. Versus her being roofied and unconscious. Do you realize that there's like a gargantuan gap between those two?
Yes, but that's my argument.
It wasn't. You're saying if a guy is already going to fuck the FNF girl, then he might as well roofie her. Not might as well.
Wait. You're saying a girl that's like that far fucking gone. Oh, sorry, hold on. I agree with what you're saying.
I'm saying there's a way larger population of guys who'd be willing to fuck the FNF girl in that state where she's not mentally present.
Sure.
Than there is of guys who would fuck her while she's actually passed out.
Yeah.
Because
I think I agree with that, but like...
they still think like, oh, she's awake, therefore it's okay.
Sure. Here's my issue, okay? I think that because of how toxic our dating culture, or our hookup culture is right now, there's a huge area in here of expected behavior that's like we'll say that like at the 50% mark, it kind of crosses the line. But all of this is like part of our hookup culture right now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the issue.
And how is that issue to be absolved?
I think men, when a woman is hesitating, need to read that as a no. And women, when they're interested, need to say yes.
Women, when they're interested, need to say yes. Okay, so
like,
what did...
women need to have clear boundaries, and men need to have clear like signals for yes.
Okay, so say it one more time. Guys need to,
like, if there's any hesitancy, then you just stop. And you just
Can you write it for a second on this thing? What?
Okay, I'm going to use the cringe expression, okay? Guys should look for enthusiastic consent. The girl clearly wants it. She's clearly, like, on the up and up. Everything is cool.
Okay.
Okay? Women should be very clear about their boundaries. I'm not going to fuck you. I do want to fuck you. Like, super clear.
Okay. At the end of the story, Grace said, I don't have sex.
After, like, 12 fucking chapters of fucking rape.
It doesn't matter. That's not what you said in your 2 rules. Your 2, like,
No, she broke the rule. They both broke the rules. That's the problem. She wasn't clear about her boundaries in the beginning. She was totally mind-fucking.
Fine, let's absolve anything prior to that. Prior to her saying her boundary of, I don't want to fuck tonight. Remove the first 90% of the article.
Okay.
After that.
If the only thing that had happened was the last part of the article, I'd probably just call him a rapist. Like, full stop.
You'd have to call him that regardless by your own rules.
It
doesn't matter. The rule isn't a woman needs to be clear about her boundaries, but those boundaries don't apply if she's already given oral sex. The minute she says, I don't want to have sex, and he continues, and she said it verbally, and she said it clearly, how can you, now you're adding things to the rules and saying, well, now you have to factor in context, and now you're saying this rule is irrelevant.
Because you do have to factor in context, because it's fucking confusing.
It doesn't matter anymore. You just said women need to be clearer. So now she's being clear, and you're saying, well, you just sucked my dick. And that, again, that applies to being like, oh, my wife gave me head yesterday night, and today she's saying no. Well, let's, factor in 20 years of marriage and dick sucking. It's the same thing. Right? What?
No.
Why? Why not? I'm going to end the clip before you say no so it looks like you conceded.
Oh
I'm
my
just kidding.
God, kill yourself. The problem is you're giving me an argument from like a theoretically pure point of view, right? You're like writing a book and you're like, this is how everything should work. And what I'm saying is that in the real world, her situation, she had already fucked it up horribly by the time she'd sucked on him twice.
You're pivoting?
So wait. This is my TikTok clip now, okay? She had already fucked it up like 2 times, at least 2 times, okay? So by the time he's like fucking smacking his dick on her ass, and she's like, oh no, I'm not ready for it. When she gives the very clear, like, finally, she's like, no, don't do this. She should have left.
You said, okay, I'm typing on this. Fuck you. What is this? Is this Microsoft Paint? I haven't.
I'm a Paint Pro, okay? They call me the Bob Ross of Paint, actually.
I find this very nostalgic.
Good.
Okay, this was rape or this was rape?
The left one was enthusiastic consent. The right one was super rape.
Okay, I'm not even like. Can I just erase this?
Yeah, nice one. Good job. There you go. Good job. You're doing it.
Wait, where's the spray paint? I'm gonna spray paint over this. Where is it?
Good luck. We'll watch you figure it out. Good one.
Fuck this. Okay.
Uh-huh. Good.
What did
Nice
you
job.
do? Okay, wait. I don't remember how to use this program.
Okay, go ahead. You're
Okay.
okay.
These were your 2. How come you can't see like the letters on your keyboard?
Because I'm an elite typer. I don't need to see the
Did you do that on purpose?
As opposed to what? Accidentally have a keyboard where I can't read any of the keys? What are you asking me right now?
I was like, did it fade over time?
Every key evenly faded? How many times do you think I pushed the insert key on my keyboard?
So you did it just to flex?
It's not a flex. It's just, that's how I am. I just, it's like I drive a manual car. I've got a keyboard with no letters on it. I just live life on another level, That's why I said I'd never be in this position. Like, I could read everything. I can read my keyboard without the letters on it. I can read women without being a woman. I just know everything.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
These were your 2
Okay.
remedies for hookup culture. Is hookup hyphenated? Bro, I
don't
need
know.
you to... I'm gonna Sharpie on the letters on this.
Yeah?
2 remedies for hookup culture.
If you can Sharpie the letters, then you must know where the letters are. So why do you need the Sharpie?
Because it'll speed it up.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one, you said men need to only fuck when given what? When given enthusiastic.
The first one is men need to look for enthusiastic consent. Just say enthusiastic consent.
Men need to look for enthusiastic consent.
Yeah.
And then oh, fuck. Okay, wait. The second one, women need to what?
Women need to be clear with their boundaries.
Women
have clear boundaries.
need to be clear with their boundaries.
Yes.
But you're saying now, freaking, where is it? This. Because you're saying even when she said, I don't want to fuck, you're now like, well, she gave oral twice. And by that logic, you're justifying marital rape. because you're basically saying, even if your wife says no, and that was the whole logic for, if we were in the 70s, we would be arguing about marital rape right now. That's where you are.
Okay, let's say that.
But can you understand what I'm saying? Shut up.
I see what you're saying, but it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It does, because
you're obsessed with marital rape. Is this like a fucking Muslim thing? Is this what you guys fucking do in your culture? Now you just have to bring it over to America where the conservatives right? Is this all you want to fucking talk about?
Okay,
my
point
go
is...
ahead. Quote me from more Sharia law. Talk to me more about marital rape. Go ahead.
Okay, so my point is, you said women need to be clear with her boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Is her saying, I don't want to fuck, her being clear with her boundaries? I'm asking.
If that was all that happened, yes. You kind
So
of
now it doesn't matter.
No, it does.
Because now at this point, even if she gets up and leaves, oh, well, earlier she sucked my dick. Now it's my prerogative to pin her down.
Okay. Let's say you're trying to figure out if a girl really likes you, okay?
Uh-huh.
Let's say the girl says, I don't love you, okay?
Yeah, that's inconclusive, yes.
That's inconclusive that she doesn't love you? If she said,
Wait, sorry,
"I
that you said if you ask a girl if she likes you and she said, I don't
Or no,
like
let's
you.
say you're trying to figure out if she wants to be with you. She's like, oh, I don't love you, okay?
Uh-huh.
What if before that she said, I love you, I really love you so much, I'm really confused. I don't love you.
Yeah, are you going to pin her down and say
No,
love me.
but it's fucking confusing because of what came before. So when a girl's like, I'm really not into this, that's fine. But when she's been super fucking...
You said these are your 2 rules. Women need to be clear with their boundaries. I'm already conceding.
But she failed all of that.
I'm already conceding that anything prior to her saying, no, I don't want to fuck, is a gray area. That's confusing.
okay.
I'm conceding that part's confusing. Once she says, no, I don't want to fuck, confusion out the window.
I think so. Kind of. Like, I said that
these
everything...
are the rules you
Oh my
prescribed.
God. You're
Continue.
debate bro brain. I said that after that part, his doing shit was, you said, non-consensual.
I said,
I agree
you
with
can't
that.
even say it.
I just did say it.
You said.
But I said it. If you're being meta, stop. Okay. Okay. I don't even know where the fuck you... Oh. So once she said that, it was pretty bad that he kept pushing. But that situation was ultra complicated. Boundaries can't come in the middle of like a fucking thing. They have to be stated beforehand. It's really weird to try to figure out in the middle of like a thing like what a boundary is that's like revoking a lot of the past stuff that's already happened.
So it's confusing. Okay, let's remove oral sex. Let's just call it like, I'm making out with a guy, we're making out, he takes off his pants and says, where do you want me to fuck you? And I say, I'm very drunk. And I say, I don't want to fuck. It's confusing because we made out. And
No.
he should be able to... Okay, so you're saying because they had oral sex?
That's part of what makes it confusing. Let's say that you're on a couch with a girl, okay? And then let's say that the girl is fucking riding you, okay? And you get a phone call and you're like, okay, slow down 1 second. And you pick up the phone, you blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay. And then it's your, dad, car problems. He needs to borrow $200. Say, okay, you do that. You hang up. And then you go up to like kiss her. She's like, don't fucking kiss me. I don't consent to that. And she's sitting on your dick. That's confusing, right?
It's confusing why she would do that. That wouldn't incentivize him morally to keep...
I'm
fucking her.
not talking morals. Morally, he's in the wrong, of course. But that's boring. It's not about morals. It's about how do you not get people to rape each other.
Yes. So even if a girl is sitting on your dick and she said, I don't want to fuck anymore, whether she changed her mind, got tired, she realized, like, whatever. Maybe she's committing adultery, whatever. The point is she changes her mind, whatever, that phone call break caused that thought in her brain. If she's sitting on your dick, you could say, like, oh, do you want to get off my dick then? You wouldn't be like, this is confusing. I'm going to keep having sex with her regardless.
I'm not...
Because that's what he did.
I said men need to look for enthusiasm, so he should stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she sucked. Literally. Twice. Which was part of the problem. Her boundaries were very, very, very unclear. Are we going to loop? I can do this all
I feel
night.
like-
I love looping. Go ahead.
What do you mean by looping?
Same argument. We're on like lap 7 right now. Just going around the track.
No, it's good because then if we're, you know what I mean, lots of clip opportunities.
Oh,
for whichever
for
one
sure.
paints me in the most flattering light.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
you
I'm
in
taking the
worst.
pro-rape position right now, so clearly this is going to be a hard one for brain rot politics to spin in my favor.
Okay. The point of why I'm equating it to marital rape is because you're saying the past convolutes the woman's boundaries in the moment.
Yeah.
Which is why, do you understand why I made the comparison to marital rape?
No.
Because you're saying, okay, well, 2 hours ago or 20 minutes ago, she just sucked my dick. You're married to a woman. Every day she's fucking you. One day she's like, I don't want to have sex. Are you going to be like, well, yesterday and the
He
day
can
before.
still be a rapist. I'm not saying this exonerates him of rape. Like, let's say, for instance, a guy is like fucking, and let's say a girl and a guy are fucking, okay? And they're doing their thing, and the guy's like really fucking close. And let's say he's like 5 seconds, okay, from finishing, and the girl's like, don't come in me, okay? And the guy comes at her, right? Like, it's bad, he shouldn't have technically, but like, Jesus. Like, to state that boundary at that particular moment in time is like, that's setting everybody up for fucking failure in that point, right? But I mean, like, we can say it's like, yeah, the guy shouldn't have done it, that was bad, he shouldn't have. But everything is like so fucked at that point.
For me, like what you just described, like that, I don't know, to me that rings as like something that's like clearly wrong, but you're saying that that's like a confusing situation?
It's difficult.
Okay, you can say all that, and you can say it's unfair to him, don't say it's confusing.
I'm not saying it's unfair to him. I'm
You're
it's
saying that he's
confusing.
prioritizing her pleasure over the boundary, so just stop saying that the boundary even matters. Should we switch topics? Should we go back to
What I'm
JP
saying is
for
the boundaries
wisdom?
need to be made clear.
Maybe if when JP says it, like it'll resonate. Continue.
When the boundary needs to be made clear at the start. That's what I'm saying. Or before stuff like happens.
Okay. Get on my countertops that look good on you. Yes, I'll get on your countertops and we can make out and potentially have oral sex, but I do not want to fuck you.
Yes! I've met girls that have said almost verbatim stuff like, okay, if you want to hang out or whatever, like we can mess around or whatever, but like only head, like I don't like sex is like too much for me. I've had girls say almost not verbatim that I'll get on the couple, but I've had girls say like, okay, hey, listen, like we can give each other head or whatever, but like I don't want to fuck. Like we either like we don't have condoms and she wants a condom, or like we didn't get tested yet and I need like a test first. So I've had girls say exactly that. It's like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll say like right at the start, it's like, okay, that's cool, and then at least you know everything. But it also helps too. I think boundaries are good for two reasons. Okay. Boundaries aren't just good to protect you from pain and hurt and suffering. Boundaries are good because they give the other person guidance as well. Boundaries are like, it's like when you train a dog, okay? Dogs are really happy to please their owners, right? When you tell them to like roll over, they're like, oh, I love you so much.
Okay.
If you give a boundary to somebody, it's good because it not only does it help you keep yourself safe, then the other person can operate as like, okay, cool. We're not fucking. It's off the table. I don't have to fucking worry about that, blah, blah, blah. And then we just like focus on this area where like we're good, I think.
Okay, so dog example. We have a dog at the house, and my roommates were away for the weekend. So, what? You took it there. I'm gonna take it there.
Do it. Go ahead. Normally white girls are the ones that do this, but okay.
What?
What?
Do what?
Nothing. Go. Tell me a story.
So the dog at the house, my roommate's dog, they were away for the weekend. They were teaching me how to like feed her and shit, and they were saying like, even when the food is out and it's in front of her, she's gonna go to eat it. Don't let her eat it. Tell her sit. And I say, wait, why? If it's already time for her to eat, and they say, if you don't tell her to stop, she has a false sense of dominance in the house. Like like she needs to know that even though the food is out, that's not consent for her to eat it. They didn't use the word consent, obviously. But you get what I'm saying? They're saying that's not permission for her to eat it.
Okay.
So do you get what I'm saying? Because you were using the example of you need to assert the boundary beforehand, but it's like, no, when you want to talk about training people like dogs, when you're training dogs, the mark of an obedient dog, or just a dog that respects their owner and doesn't do whatever the fuck they want, is they have that ability of when even their owner's eating chicken in front of them, when their owner leaves the room and has the plate of chicken, they're not going to eat it.
I feel like I make an analogy where it's like, like this is like training a dog, and you're like, this doesn't fit at all because in the story Grace only has 2 boobs and not 8 like dogs do.
No, that was a great
Like-
that was a great example, and you're just pivoting because you don't have a response.
I don't even know if it's a good example because I've never heard of dog training like that before.
Why'd you bring up dog training then? I'm sorry, I'm an expert.
That doesn't sound like any real dog training. Then you would put the food out and have the dog not eat it until you
go
fucking...
on dog talk. It's all like owners eating the chicken, and the dog could overtake the owner and not overtake it, but they could like.
That's different.
overtake
When
the
you want
owner
to
and
train your
take the
dog not to
chicken.
eat in front of the... Or a dog shouldn't be fighting you for your food. That's of course true.
Not fighting you, even if you leave the room and the plate of chicken
Yeah,
is
of course,
there,
they
a
shouldn't go
well-behaved
over it, yeah.
dog will not eat it. Even
Sure.
though the food
Yes,
is ready and it was
I
time
agree.
for the dog to
Yes.
eat, the dog will not try to eat it.
True.
Otherwise, it's a poorly behaved dog. I'm
Yes,
only
of
saying this
course.
because you brought up the dog example.
But the point of the dog example...
You said training, and you said assert boundaries beforehand, and I'm saying like with the dog...
What? I don't know what this has to do with anything I said. Listen to me. Listen to me. What I said was a well-trained dog is a happy dog. Okay? If you have a dog, people think that when you have a well-trained dog, people think like, oh my god, like the commands are so strict, like the dog and the owner, are, like where the dog can function is so like narrow. People think that that's like a miserable fucking dog. What a horrible life to be like so strict. But the reality is that's not true. Well-trained dogs are really happy dogs because they know that what they're doing makes their owner happy and it makes them happy, and they have crystal clear guidance on exactly how to act. When an animal that's been domesticated is trained well, they enjoy that relationship. That's what I'm saying a good boundary does for another person. When people set really good boundaries, both parties benefit because then there's no gray or murky area and they know exactly like how to operate with each other. We don't
She
have to
set the boundary by saying, I don't want to have sex.
No, but that was like 12 hours into the
Should
fucking...
she say as soon as he said, oh, we have the same camera, should she have been like, oh, we can go on a date, order wine, but when we go to your house, I'm not going to fuck you? Like, at what point should she be like, I don't want to fuck you? Should have been as soon as he said we have the same camera? Should have been when she recognized him? Like, you're going to actually highlight when?
Yeah, I am. Right here. When they were on the countertop and he went to grab a condom, she should have said, "Hold up. I don't think I want to fuck. I don't do that on the first date."
She basically said that, yeah. But it's like, let's relax. This gonna be like the longest stream in history. She's saying, let's relax.
Fresh and Fit just got 12.
Should
they
we-
got 12 new fans. Every time you say something like that, a girl will say she'll like, she's crystal fucking clear.
Okay, should we phone someone in and get another perspective? Should we
And then
call
the
Mira?
second time.
Okay, I'm gonna call Mira.
Why? Do you want to? You can call her if you want.
Let's get Mira Juice's opinion.
Go for it. Find your
Actually,
phone.
no. I feel like.
Yeah, probably not. She wouldn't have anything good to say on this.
Ugh. I just feel like we need a third opinion. Like maybe we're both too radical.
No. This is like you saying it was crystal clear later when she was like, I just don't want us to have sex and it had been felt like you had forced me to do
Wait,
it.
sorry, start over. I was reading what they were saying about
This
Mira.
is like earlier when you were saying like, oh, it was really clear earlier when she said,
Call Sneeko.
we could have sex, but I don't want you to feel forced that you're doing it or whatever the fuck. It was like, this is not crystal clear. It's the fucking most ambiguous shit of the fucking world. I said I don't want to feel forced because then I'll hate you, and I'd rather not hate you.
That line was unclear. I already conceded.
But so is the earlier line. Let's chill and relax.
Whoa. Let's chill.
Whoa, just eat my pussy and I'll suck your dick.
See, no one would think that.
But that's what they did afterwards.
Yes, and that's the action that's in dispute.
It's not a dispute. She did it. He was like, suck my dick. And she's like, okay. And they did it.
Is Katie Way's number on this?
No, I don't think.
I want to email her and get like the unreleased information.
Yeah, the real fucking...
If we could have her on this stream,
I don't
that'd
think...
go crazy.
If she knows who I am, she won't talk to me.
Wait, why?
Because I'm the pro-rape guy on the internet.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's what you're known for?
After the stealthing discourse, yeah, I'm like the rape expert.
Oh, was that like a notable debate?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Should we put a trigger warning before this or something?
They have like 70% of my audience are virgins, so there's like nothing that can even trigger them here.
Okay, we read the whole thing. What's next?
I think I tweeted out that it's not fair to expect us to treat women like retarded children, and that was the highlight to my pro-rape arc. So a lot of people were really upset after that.
It's just for like a lot of reasons. It's not because you're saying like something even inflammatory about rape at that point.
Well, this is retarded child behavior.
Do you think this is doing damage control for your rape arc or worsening it?
I just was completely exonerated by all the rape charges because I had a guy who was investigating me for 2 months.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he found 0 rape.
For what?
It's a long story.
Okay. Damn.
His name is Mr. Girl, okay?
Oh, I keep seeing people put that into it.
Oh, yeah. But, so, I'm clean, okay?
Damn.
How many rape investigations have they done on your background? Of the 2 of us here, only one of us is actually cleared, so I'm just saying, be careful, okay? He's probably going to DM you after this stream, actually, and ask you if I unironically raped you. Because he does that with every single person I talk to.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Who is he, a PI?
No, he's
He's just like a streamer? Is he like the new Keemstar?
He's it's hard to explain exactly what he is. He's an entity that exists on the internet and is kind of weird,
Okay.
but pretty interesting. He streams on Rumble with Sneeko.
Wait, really?
No, not with Sneeko, but
Is this
anyway.
on Rumble too? Like, are you on Rumble?
No, not until they give me a deal. Okay.
Hmm.
Holy shit! You should go to Rumble for a deal.
Do I have to grift?
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay. I get like 20% for recommending
Yeah.
that I do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Good. Okay. What else? Do you have anything else you want to talk about or say to the chat?
Should we pivot to something lighthearted?
Sure.
Okay, like what?
Sure about those earthquakes in Turkey?
Okay, what else is on your YouTube queue?
I have no idea. It's gonna be like ASMR and fucking movie trailers and who the fuck knows. Oh. Let's just try this real quick. This is
Okay.
just important. This helps me know like what kind of person you are, okay? Like I really want to
Is
know.
this the fucking Brigger Myers test?
No. Tap a key and try to see how well you can maintain rhythm.
I can't.
Just try
No.
it. Just try it.
I don't even understand what you're asking me.
Like, so do the space bar and just do like tap. And then keep doing it even when it drops out to see how well you can maintain the beat. Okay?
There's mind-numbing content now.
Keep going. You have to maintain the beat.
Oh, sorry. I thought they were gonna switch the beat. I thought that was the point.
No, hold on. Okay.
This isn't fun for me.
I didn't ask you to spot for you. Go.
She's so off even when the beat's going. Fuck this.
I'm trying. Really?
I can't. I don't know
Okay.
what you want from me.
Okay. Well, I tried. Let's check in on Forsen. Hold on.
Should we do a typing test?
Why?
Because you were like flexing how good you are at typing.
I'm like god at typing. You can't even do the keyboard without the letters on it. Why would you? Oh, he's not even streaming. Do you know who DSP is?
No.
Internet legend.
Okay.
You happy?
Hold on. Forsen clip.
Fucking retard!
Sorry, hold on. He's missing it. What is he doing? Oh, he got it. Hold on.
Crafting.
Can you fuck off? I hit the end!
I'm sorry. It's, trust me, it's funny if you understand it, okay? Hold on.
Zoomer slowly when Nub plays Minecraft.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, what do you normally do on the internet? Fill us in.
TikTok.
What are you doing? Do you own a laptop?
Yeah. I don't have it with me.
Oh. Hold on. This is Mr. Girl.
Okay.
A lot of
Have
children.
you ever heard of Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of children ask me stupid fucking questions. Like if I rape little kids or if I believe in it. Well shit. If you believe that, I'll rape you.
It's a
You
song.
know why? Cause I'm a pedophile!
He's investigating you?
Pedophile!
It's done. I'm clear.
You goddamn right. I'm a literal pedophile! Yeah, I'm a pedophile! My words are like a zip tie with a plastic edge. It'll tie you to my bed. Whether you're rate 9 or 10. Prepubescent, toddler, infant, celeste, baby pants, address. Fuck kids, the answers. Yes. Heterophobic. Nah, you're just heterophobic. Staring at my hard drive, my collection is growing. That's my motherfucking child porn. You better let go of it. It belongs in my folder. You'll never get hold of it. Hey, it's me, Jeffrey Epstein. Everyone respects me. I'm just kidding myself. Get it? Kidding myself. You're already been. You should be getting some help. Committed, medicated, or just sitting in jail. Come on. Relax, guys. I like
That's Mr. Girl. It's a cool guy.
So he does this, but then he also investigates streamers for SA?
This is just satire. He's not actually a pedophile.
I know that.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like he does like comedy music and then he also like does like hit pieces on people. That's what I'm asking.
Not normally. He just does one on me.
Why?
Because we had a big falling out.
Oh, okay.
My subreddit wrote bad things about him, and he got banned from my subreddit, and then he declared war against me.
Oh, damn.
It's a long story.
Hmm.
Anyway.
So I should tell him what exactly?
I don't know. Listen, okay. What who are you excited about collaborating with next? What's on the agenda? Tell us.
I thought we could do that, like make this a weekly thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else besides me?
Obviously, Myron Gaines,
Okay.
top of the list.
What do you think about Myron and Fresh and Fit? Speaking of the microphone, clearly.
What do I think about the show?
Yeah.
I used to always say that, like, I'm kind of glad they exist because I feel like the way you're saying things, like, oh, you make things so loaded, I like that they take it to the loaded extreme because now it's on the table and we can, like, actually address it and talk about it versus I feel like a lot of guys kind of just, like, already lean in that direction, but they won't say things as explicitly as, like, the way Myron says it, like, open on my end, closed on your end. And I just love that he just puts it out there because then you can actually, like, respond to that logically. But you can't when guys are always, like, flip-flopping, you know?
Okay, that's fair. That's like, that reminds me of like when minorities say that like sometimes when a person like slips up and they're like overtly racist, it's nice because you like catch them actually being fucked up instead of all kind of like the dog whistly stuff.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Harder to prove. Sure. Let's see. What's the last game you played?
You know I don't do things.
You must have played like solitaire or bingo or
Bingo.
I don't know. Jesus.
Are we just gonna keep doing this until the viewers just drop?
Well, we can cut the stream right now, just or we can just chat. Just
No, I'm curious what they'll stay for.
these fucking people will stay for anything, unironically.
Yeah, no, I really don't do anything. Women,
You haven't played a video game ever in your life. Animal Crossing.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
Typed in 8008 on the calculator to see the word boob.
No.
Poker.
I'm a sophisticated woman. I have played poker.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Gambling.
Got
That's
you.
my
Are
one
you a gambler?
personality trait. No.
How is it your one personality trait then?
Because it was the one thing I said yes to.
Okay. Let's see. How do you feel about being called Mia Khalifa 2.0?
Nobody says that. They say scuffed, Walmart, budget, best before date, expired.
How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel bad?
It makes me feel no type of way.
Oh, okay. What else? Do you know who Lav is?
No.
Okay. You sound a little like her. But I don't know if it's like the Zoomer cadence, like all like 23-year-old women sound the exact same.
Can I hear a clip?
Does anybody have a clip of Lav being Lav? Oh, see? They hear it. Uh-oh.
Me and Steven are friends. We're fine.
Stop. Okay, hold on. I have issues with a lot of people, but I swear to God, it's not me, it's them, okay? I'm just giving you a warning, okay?
Wait, what?
Nothing. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Okay, hold on. I'm finding something. Click if you dare. I don't dare. Just give me a clip of Lab talking, guys. Come on. New Andrew Tate evidence as he's been framed by 2 of the victims. I saw that. That was the funniest claim I've ever heard in my entire life. Here you go.
This when we were talking in person. You said shut the fuck up to me. Take that back.
Do you want to have a conversation? You're acting like a child. Do you want?
You just said shut the fuck up to me.
Is that what you
Take
sound
that
like?
back.
Is it? I don't know.
Steven,
Hold on. When you said in the past. You need to be more exasperated. Find a thing where she's less exasperated. Not going in.
control it. That
Statement is to communicate. You say on one platform,
Okay,
like
hold on.
introducing any site.
Okay, this... I'm not normally this mean. Okay, hold on.
Oh, that's why. Okay. That's why you prefaced with that.
wait. Also,
Oh, debate
I
mode
would
turned
like to
on.
bring up-
She's at a 6.
No, I
Go.
don't. I don't think that it should be just a woman thing. I think that men should be able to wear makeup also. Men, you groom your face to make it look like you have a jawline.
Good one. You sound like her. Say that. Say, you groom your face.
You groom your face.
Okay, never mind. I don't think so. Never mind. I feel like Lev inflects up a lot more, and you're more like, you live like here.
Mm-hmm. Nice. How long do you usually stream for?
10 hours.
Oh, really? Is that how long we're going for?
No. But normally I start at like noon, and I'll end at like 10.
Nice.
I don't know. This is what you wanted. You wanted the streamer life. So,
Is this part of it?
yeah, is being entertaining. Do you see how hard my job is? I have to do this every single day, 10 hours. Okay, we've barely been going for 3 hours. Okay,
It's been 3 hours.
barely, and I've been carrying hard. Okay, I had to read that whole article.
We could watch the CNN woman talking about the case and Katie Way, her beef with Katie.
What is find the CNN Katie Way?
I can just search it on YouTube.
Yeah, but you make them work for it. Fuck that. We don't have to do that shit.
Her name's like Ashley something, talking about Katie Way.
I'm gonna be honest. Usually, I just play video games, and they like link videos, and I make them watch it while I play games. That's usually what I do.
Oh.
But you know. Oh wait, hold on. You should do like a tier 5. You talked to a couple of my subs. Hold on. Good idea, guys.
What?
Wait, do you know the Call Me Carson situation?
No.
Don't worry about it. Icarus Bath, are you awake? Hello? Hello. Nope. Damn. This was your shot and you missed it. I'm so sorry. I feel bad for you. JSTLK just left as soon as I went to Dragon Web. What a fucking loser. Oh my god, we're going into the tier 1s. Chippa, are you awake?
Hello? Yeah, I'm awake. What's up?
Okay, go ahead. You're on the line. Ask Scuffed Mia Khalifa your question. Go ahead.
Oh shit! I didn't know we were asking full-on questions. Oh fuck.
What the fuck are you in the room for?
I'm so confused.
What?
Is this another
Being
streamer?
a DJ in T1.
Oh no, I have like my subscribers can join rooms
DJ
where
in T1. What else?
Oh.
drag them into it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Game
What
of
are you
Thrones.
doing? Okay, never mind. Hold on, not that guy. Hold on. No, my subs are really cool people. They're not like that normally. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Minu, what do you got? Hello.
So does this question need to be towards her or you?
Well, it depends. What's your question?
Okay. Okay, this is gonna be a really boring question, but if we were to be moral actors in society, can
I think your mic is breaking up. Hello? Okay, he wanted to do philosophy. We're not doing that right now. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay.
That's how you end calls with them? You know they can still watch.
Egghead,
You act like they can't hear you
Egghead.
anymore.
Oh my god, you actually do sound just like Lav. I can only hear Lav now. Egghead, you're up.
Yo.
Do you have a question for Walmart Mia Khalifa?
You're just gonna switch out the
Yeah,
attitude.
in the moment, how rational an agent do you think people are, generally speaking?
What do you say? How rational do you think who are?
How rational do I think people generally are?
Yeah, to her, not to you.
Oh.
In the moment, in a sexual encounter.
Yeah.
Wait, how rational do I think people are in the moment in a sexual encounter?
Yeah.
Because I agree with most of her answers if you expect like pure rational agents. But people are way dumber than that on average.
Ooh. How do you respond to that?
I don't know. I feel like we did a deep dive into that, whether it's about like malice or them being emotional or rational or not, right? I don't know if
Speak louder. Speak up. Don't get
How-
close. I didn't say get closer. I said speak louder.
I don't think people are very rational. I don't even think the girl necessarily was being super rational.
Well, Egghead?
Well, she got me.
What do you mean she got you? That was all you fucking had?
I'm actually at work. I gotta go. Talk to you later.
What the? What are you even fucking watching my stream? Okay, hold on. They're normally way better than this. 1 second. Zondro. Why did he leave? Hold on. Snapple Monkey. Hello.
Hey.
You're up.
Okay, so I'm kind of outing myself right now, but I have to preface this by saying I'm 37 now. But when I was in my early 20s, I was in a situation with a girl, and she said we were about to have sex. I saw she was a bit uncomfortable, so I asked her, "What's up? Are you okay?" She wasn't specific, but she told me that she wasn't a virgin, and we had sex because to me, like, that's okay. She's not a virgin, so we can keep going. But then later, I talked to her like a few years later, that she only told me that to discourage me from having sex with her because she wasn't comfortable and she didn't know if she wanted to have sex. And I said, why the fuck did you tell me that? And she said, because my mom told me that men only want to fuck virgins.
Okay, wait, can you, summarize the interaction again for me?
Okay, so we were about to have sex. I saw she was uncomfortable, and I told her, I asked her, is everything okay? And she was like, she was hesitating a bit, and then she said, just want to say I'm not a virgin. And to me, that was like, okay, that means she's had sex before, so it's not really a big deal if we continue. And she didn't say no, and, so I was young and dumb, and, so we continued. But later I discovered she told me that to discourage me from having sex with her.
Uh-huh.
And that didn't really make sense to me. So, yeah.
Do you understand or no?
It's just an example.
Do you understand the story he's giving? Okay.
Okay, I understand the virginity part.
No. He's gonna try to fuck a girl. She seems uncomfortable, and he's like,
No, that's the part I'm curious
okay?
about. Uncomfortable, but you're saying, like, she didn't say no. Like, what do you mean she's uncomfortable?
We were both in bed naked. We had been making out. We done the foreplay, but she was like hesitating a bit at the end.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know she was a virgin, but she told me she wasn't a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
And later, on a different occasion, I discovered she was hesitating, and that was her way of telling me not to have sex with her, by saying she wasn't a virgin.
Yeah.
Because she had been told by her mother that men only don't want to have sex with women who aren't virgin.
Mm-hmm. So you're asking.
So it's like it's a mixed signal thing, like it's a confusion thing. And as a young, dumb guy, I didn't see that as a signal to back up.
Wait, can you explain one more time what happened?
Okay. We were in bed, naked. We were about to have sex. And she was a bit like, okay, I can see her laughing. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you. Okay, go ahead. What? Do you have a question, or are you just telling us this fucking?
No, I was.
Oh, it's story time. It's story time with Snapple Monkey.
No, it's not
my
story.
bad. I didn't read the title of my stream. I didn't know it was story time with Snapple Monkey. Thank you. Go ahead. Keep talking. Go ahead.
No, I was just trying to like showcase.
Do you see how confusing it is?
Yeah,
Do you agree
showcase
that was
to her
confusing?
that like these situations exist and it's not like clear cut.
Yeah. Or do you think he's a rapist? It's okay to say he's a rapist, by the way.
I'm telling you,
don't understand?
I didn't have any malicious intent at that
Wait,
moment.
she wants to know, why do you think the girl was...
So you're saying that... sorry, again, I'm very drunk. Okay, so you're saying that her saying, I'm not a virgin, you thought that was a green light to be like...
No, it's not that what I thought. She thought that was her way of telling me no. Because she understood that men don't want to have sex with non-virgin. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for her, that was a signal to me that said no. But I didn't take, like, it was confusing.
Yeah. What's your response?
I agree. Women are confusing. She should have asserted stronger boundaries, my friend.
Yeah, I understand that. But, I'm older now, and I can approach things the way you do it. Like, as soon as I see hesitation, I just stop.
True. Stop listening.
Okay.
See you later. Bye. Okay. Oi, bruv. Hello? Hello, Fentanyl, are you here? Hello.
Oh, hi. Oh, yes. Hello, how are you guys doing?
We're doing great. How you doing?
Wonderful. I have a few questions for Miss Thing. So,
Miss Thing?
Yes. So...
What does that mean?
She's cute. She's whatever, you know?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I don't know her... I'm sorry. What's your name?
Farha.
Oh, lovely to meet you. So, I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. So, why do you think it is we have such a hard time saying no? Because that's what it is that she's just too anxious to tell him no the whole time.
Yeah.
And I feel like as women, we struggle saying no all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read something really interesting about that. We should actually pull it up after this, where I don't know, this study was talking about how women are more likely to trade sexual comfort for like social validation. So a lot of women will like do things sexually that they don't want to do even in like a normal consensual circumstance just because
Because it's even like when, let's say somebody bumps into us, we have an intrinsic reaction to say sorry, even though it was not our fault at all. Like we immediately take the L every time. Do you know what I mean? Just to be likable, I think.
Yeah, I think that's true.
L.
So if,
do you think that's like learned behavior you're asking, or are you saying you think it's just like
for
ingrained
sure.
in us?
I think like it's the kind of like be seen and not heard, always be polite, and we have difficulty being negative towards men particularly. And I think from my experience, have you been on a date recently and like
Yes.
and did you like go out for dinner and like did he pay for it all and stuff?
Actually, no. I paid.
Wow.
You paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So that's interesting. So I would just say, whenever a guy pays for my date, I automatically feel super, super guilty, and now feel like, okay, now I need to owe them something. It's like one time I was in a date in like Berlin, and I was like, oh my god, like I was so grateful because it was super expensive. I was like, oh no, like how am I gonna repay you? And then he like says something slight like, oh, you're gonna repay me in other ways. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I guess that's what Destiny was getting at when he was saying
Yeah,
that,
and it's like, well, what can I say?
Wait, clarify. What are you talking about? Clarify that, please.
Me?
Yeah, what were you just
what do you
saying?
mean?
Hold on. Wait, let her finish. What were you saying?
Me?
Yeah.
You interrupted me. What do you mean clarify?
Well, you let her interrupt you. You just made it sound like I was trying to rape somebody.
Oh, no, sorry. No, I meant we were talking about the Aziz thing, and you were saying that, like, because he bought the dinner and did all these things, now there's an expectation.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why like now whenever I go on dates, I never let them pay for it all because I don't want to deal with that guilt. Because last time that happened, I couldn't. Well, the thing is, I did say no, but then I was just like, that transaction didn't feel like right. It didn't sit right with me. So then I just ended up blocking them, and I just that's like what always happens because it's just like, well. And it's just like we just have like this negative reaction to us being negative, like. But like I feel like you were very charitable to the girl in the story. But like, don't you think she has a moral obligation to be assertive for everybody? Like, we have to have that beast within us to be like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, 100%. I think girls should be way more assertive.
But then
during
you were
sexual
like,
encounters.
it's ultimately marital rape. Like, it's all his fault,
No, I was saying that, like, Destiny was saying that, like, her saying, I don't want to have sex is convoluted. What?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
You're making facial expressions.
Yeah, that's what I do. Keep
is convoluted by the fact that, like, she had been sexual up to that point. What?
Yeah, like, you can't give a guy a head twice and then
not have sex.
Not expect him to be confused.
It's
like
not,
you're just messing with him. Like if it feels like, girl, are you being for real right now?
Wow. Tell her that's marital rape.
It's not. Yes.
Yeah. So
girl, come on.
So I'm not saying that like his confusion is unwarranted. I'm saying what's unwarranted is him pursuing the sexual encounter after she said no. He's allowed to go text his friends and be like, she gives mixed flags, she's confusing, she's a tease, she gave me blue balls. That's all within his prerogative.
The thing is,
she agrees.
What's not, I think, is, continuing it. The sexual encounter.
I do still think we need to hold women more accountable. Like, okay, so have you heard of like the Pearl girl? Like, I really hate her a lot.
Pearl,
but, like,
just pearly things?
Yeah, I hate her so much.
Bro, you were just on her show. Can you be nice? What the fuck?
I'm sorry. No, but you say you hate her too.
Wait, what'd you say?
She was on one of the shows with me. Now she's throwing shade.
No. I hate her position. Like, I don't like the way she treats women. Okay, but listen, I was gonna backtrack. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
I do think we need a woman's voice to hold other women accountable. Like, we do have. We are agents of chaos. Like, when listening to the story, we're like, this woman is being absolutely ridiculous, and it's all based on her anxiety. Like, as women, we need to be like, girl, you cannot be acting like this in the world. If you can't even assert the word no, like, you're not ready for this.
Yeah,
Wow.
I haven't watched much of Pearl's content, so what's her
No,
issue with Pearl?
don't. There's nothing good on there.
Wait, so how does Pearl factor into this?
Wait, yeah, how does Pearl factor into this?
Oh, because she's actually. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, because she's being an agent of holding women accountable. I just think that I just don't like it because I think she could do a much better job at that. Like, there's so many, like this, for instance, I feel like if she was to tackle this stuff, that would be so interesting for like a woman to hold another girl accountable. But like, if you hear Destiny saying it, it's just like, oh, it's just a guy, you know?
Yeah, so you're saying like she should spend more time on like
Yeah,
news
so like,
topics.
see her content and see what I'm saying. Like, there is room. I feel like there's a really necessary part of holding women accountable to do better, you know?
Mm-hmm. And you're saying that's what she should like focus her
And
efforts
Destiny,
on.
you already know that I was not there to support Pearl, so let's be for real right now.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, all right, cool. You guys have a good time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Wow. How do you feel about that one? This guy subbed just to ask you a question. Are you ready? Thanks for the money, by the way. Sissy Fiend. I feel like I block you all the time because you type annoying shit. What's up?
Yes, you do. All right, I'm just curious. Why do you bring up your most controversial takes on your food takes?
Why don't I?
Yeah, the ice cream cone. What's your thought?
This girl's like fucking vegetarian, so we can't even talk about food. So nice, wasted $40, dumbass.
All right, thanks for your time. Bye.
Love you, bye. Got him, dude. I love scamming my subs. Okay. What are you confused about?
You're so mean to them.
Yeah.
They like that? Or
Yes.
you just don't care?
You know, don't you? Yeah.
I don't stream. I don't know. I don't have like a dynamic.
You've never been in an abusive relationship before? Ever?
Next question.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're addicting. Wicked Demurge. Wicked Dumbass. You're up. What do you want?
Hey, good evening.
Hello? Well, now I feel bad. Good evening. What's up?
For Farha, and please, like, only answer as much as you're comfortable with. But
wow, respect.
On Fit, you'd previously told them that you were actually a virgin.
Mhm.
Was that at least accurate at the time?
Yes, and
Okay. I guess
And
one
current.
question I kind of have is, it feels like you have some pretty strong takes here, but like the sort of nuance of like sexual behavior between people on a date or something, there's not a lot of formal education you can get, and you don't get to watch other people do it often. So do you feel like you might be missing something just from, say, a lack of personal experience of like having like multiple relationships that have like eventually ended up in intercourse, so you could like judge what seems reasonable or normal versus unreasonable or abnormal?
possibly, but I've also am still like very sexually active and have been in relationships, and you know, same way if I was like a lesbian and only hooking up with girls, right? I feel like I'd still have a stake in talking about sex, right?
Okay.
I don't know. What do you mean?
What?
You know that your statements don't make sense, right? Do you need to clarify what you mean?
Which statement?
Mine or her statements?
Her statements.
Oh.
When you say you're a virgin but you're very sexually active, most people are confused by that.
So like a lot of people consider like lesbians virgins. It depends on your like definition of virginity.
Okay.
So I think on Fresh and Fit I like clarified because they asked like a series of very specific questions.
Uh-huh.
And I said I'm very sexually active, but if you're asking me if I've like had sex with a dick in my vagina, I haven't, but I've had oral sex with guys and I hook up with women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, but if I can actually extend your analogy a little bit, though, if a lesbian was talking to me about consent, I feel like they wouldn't necessarily have as much to offer me as like either a straight woman or a straight man if I'm talking about heterosexual relationships.
Right. So I'm not actually a lesbian. I was just kind of giving an example of
Yeah,
like,
but
sexually active. While
similarly,
being a virgin.
analogously, though, is that essentially if you're doing something much different than, say, a lot of like adult men and women who are in romantic contexts, do you feel like there might be some mismatch in your expectations or experiences?
He's saying you don't have the experience to talk about the intricacies of sexual interactions.
Maybe, but I think there's a lot of virgin guys who also have an opinion and.
Ooh.
What?
That's true. Oh, I just say that when I don't have anything to contribute, but I want to like, interject, so.
Yeah, I think it's a fair criticism. It's something I thought about before doing this stream is like, okay, does this limit the amount of topics we could talk about? But like I said, like I do have a lot of still sexual experience, but maybe not in that like specific facet, but I think consent can still be applied and transgressed in terms of like oral hooking up with men, oral hooking up with
Thanks.
women.
Just as a note, you're cutting off a little bit in Discord, but it does sound perfect on stream. I'm not sure if the audio settings are a little
It's because she talks really quietly. I can't help that.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said though?
I only caught half of that. Could you say it one more time, please?
Yeah. Basically, I was saying, like, yeah, I think that's a valid criticism, but the thing is, like I said, I have had lots of sexual experience, and I think the idea of the virtues of consent, whether it's being transgressed, can still apply in, like, oral hooking up with a guy or, like, having sex with women. So I guess if, you know, you're thinking virgin as in, like, I've never even been sexually active with someone, then that's a different story. But, like, I feel like I can still have stake in the conversation because I have had, like, sexual encounters with people that end in something, you know, very sexual, I guess is my point.
I think that's somewhat reasonable, I guess. And especially, I think there's something that even like virgins, even if they'd had no sexual experience, could potentially tell people about consent. Like ultimately, like everyone who's an ethical person should agree that consent is important. But once we start getting to a little bit of like nuance of, say, oh, does oral sex often lead to, say, vaginal intercourse, or like some of these other questions, and it's like, how would someone indicate that was what they were looking for versus not, then maybe additional experience might be helpful there. But
yeah, I agree,
that was my
definitely.
only main question, although of course I'd like to hear your response.
No, I think that's super fair, and like I said, that was definitely a point of hesitance for me before like getting into like picking topics, is because I was like, okay, obviously like I do have a lot of sexual experience to draw from, but not necessarily like you're saying in like the pivot from oral sex to penetrative sex. So I think that's super fair.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time, both of you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, dude. Wow. How do you feel about that?
What?
That question. Okay, hold on.
No, I mean obviously that's something I've thought about before.
Okay. Oh god, this guy's gonna agree with everything you said. Hold on. What?
Let me pause the stream real quick. No. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Farha, quick question. So what exactly do you disagree with that Destiny's saying?
Sorry, I was distracted by the meme. Can you say that one more time?
Wait.
I clicked something stupid. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, all right. Am I good? You hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, so Farha, I was trying to see what exactly are you and Destiny in disagreement, because it sounded like he was saying that, you know, men obviously, you know, don't rape. I got yelled at last time I called in because it seemed to him like that was my only point. But I mean, he's right. Like, yes, that point is belabored a lot. And for women, you need to set clearer boundaries. But like, where were you guys in agreement with? Because it sounded like in the end, you kind of agreed on everything.
The disagreement was about whether whatever they did prior in the night should factor into overriding her stating her boundaries. I feel like that was the biggest point of disagreement, right?
Oh, he's right. She is cutting out on Discord.
I think the point of disagreement was whether or not it would make things more confusing. And I think it makes things more confusing.
Shit, you guys are cutting out. I don't know. Maybe I can call back?
No, sorry. It's because we weren't being loud. The disagreement wasn't over. The disagreement was over whether or not it makes it confusing to like assert a boundary in the middle of an interaction. And my argument was that I think that makes things like pretty confusing. And Farwa.
Okay, no, it does make things pretty confusing.
Or Farha.
No.
Yeah, that your name is just very weird. She says that like that's not confusing. It's crystal clear or something. Yeah.
Is that about right, Farha?
Sorry, I got distracted by the name thing.
Yes, that's right. I always summarize things correctly. Yes.
Okay, so yes, it can be confusing. However, it like, all right, so let me just, as a man in my experience, obviously, like I agree with you, Destiny, like with the, you know, enthusiastic consent and making sure that the girl is completely into it. I had made a comment earlier. It looked like Farha had agreed with it, but like I think if a girl wants to fuck you, like in most situations, that's going to be obvious. Like this game that goes on, it happens, but it's not like this happens. This is something that in every sexual encounter you're going to have to navigate. And women, they can be confusing, but that's just the nature of women, right?
Yeah.
Like, as men, isn't it our obligation to kind of be smart enough to, I don't know, read social cues? Yes, it can be confusing, but that's when you kind of put the brakes on. If you're confused at any point, right? Like, that's not the time to put the gas on. That's when you press the brakes.
Wow.
No, I'm saying, like, but do you? It sounds like that's where the disagreement was with you two. Like, she's saying that you know, you can stop. You can stop whenever you want, basically. And for men, it's confusing. But yes, you. That's what you're gonna have to deal with. I mean, and in an ideal world, Destiny, I agree with you. Yes, women should be more forward. It would be amazing if, you know, like, you can just hit up a woman like, hey, you know, want to fuck? I'm into you. I like the way you look. And if she wants to, it would be great for her to just say yes instead of having you jump through all these hoops and, you know, take her out to dinner. If that's not what you want to do, if you just want to fuck, right?
Okay.
But
wait, what are we disagreeing on here?
So the story you were reading earlier, it sounded like she just wanted to come over and suck his dick, and that's it. But you're saying that, like, he should have an expectation of more than that when
I'm just saying
they're
that
both
it would
adults.
be easier
She
if
can
everybody
decide.
was like really clear about everything they wanted. That's what would be good.
Okay, so if I have a girl over and, you know, we're making out or whatever, we're into it, seems like we're both into each other, and she's sucking my dick, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get a condom, and she's like, wait, hold on a minute. That to me would signal that she's not complete. She's not ready to go all the way yet, and we're probably cool where we're at. You know, maybe next time, maybe
not.
maybe I got to do more to get her into it.
Maybe we just said explicitly like what's going on, right? Instead of maybe not, maybe next time, maybe this time, maybe later.
So, all right, Destiny, you know immediately if you want to fuck a girl, right? Like, if you see a girl, you want to fuck her, you know in your mind, like, damn, I'd hit that, right?
Okay, sure.
There's a lot of stages from that point to actually hitting that. And you guys have to be in agreement on every point up until you actually hit that. So, you know, while, yes, it would be nice for, you know, like, if a girl's sucking your dick, it would be nice if she just would go all the way with you. But I think she's clearly is saying, no, I don't want to go further. If you're saying she's being ambiguous, but my signs from what I was reading from that, she was being perfectly clear, but just not like saying, I want to suck your dick. I do not want to have sex with you, but I do like you. I do want to spend more time with you, but I'm not ready to fuck yet. In the ideal world, it would be great.
You're just wrong if you're saying she's being clear. I don't know what else to say. You guys are wild.
Okay. Wait. He went to get a condom, and she said, wait, I don't have the quotes on me. I was just listening to you guys.
She said, relax, let's chill.
Yeah. What is that? Okay. My interpretation of relax, let's chill is that you can't be more clear than that. I mean, what does that mean to you?
You could say, I don't want to have sex tonight. That would be pretty clear.
Or maybe she does want, but maybe she did want to have sex, but like she wasn't ready to do it right that second.
Then maybe she should say, I don't want to have sex right now. Maybe later I'll tell you.
I think that is what she was saying. Like, what? Does she have to say those explicit words? I mean,
I like explicit shit. I think it makes it easier to figure out what's going on. But I mean, I'm also not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so I think that is where the problem was. Is like, you all right, so but you're right. Like, I can't say you're wrong. Like, explicitness would be perfect, but that's not the world we're living in. And then, so
and all I'm
in
saying
the
is
world,
that as long as we're not being explicit, men are going to make mistakes and accidentally rape people. I think that's probably not good.
No. There's no accidental rape. Like, there is, but that's not that is not a valid or a statement that can even be close to accepted. Because I've never raped a woman, and I've been confused before.
That's good for you.
And I know plenty of other people.
We're not talking about you, though. I don't care about you. That's cool.
Right,
You call
but
in to
if
say,
I
"Oh,
can
rape,"
do it, so can you. If I can do it, so can you, though, and so can everybody
That's not
that's
necessarily
listening.
true. It's just a numbers game.
Why? Why isn't it true? Why?
I don't know. Why do
can't
we
you?
have? Why does rape culture exist? I don't know. You tell me. What do you mean?
Because men, there's a hot debate on that, but a lot of men just like, wait, why does rape culture exist?
I think.
I mean,
that
that's
we have,
years and years.
I think that we have a hookup culture that incentivizes men to chase, women to
Yes.
avoid, and as long as that dynamic is set up, some women won't avoid enough, and some men will chase too hard, and that's where the rapes happen.
But okay, I agree with you. But in this situation, it doesn't seem like it was too much confusion. If everything that this girl was saying is correct and the reporters reporting it accurate, if everything went down in this situation like this girl saying, which there's a huge possibility that it didn't go down that way. There's more she's leaving out, you know. But if it went down just like that, I think, you know, instead, like, besides just explicitly saying, I don't want to suck your dick, but I do want to, I do want to, I don't want to fuck, I do want to suck your dick, but I do want to hang out with you. I really like you, but I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like, unless she said that explicitly, I think she was pretty clear with relax, let's chill, let's, you know, take it slow.
You need to back up and you need to think about what you're saying. Let's relax and take it slow. That literally has no meaning. I don't know what the fuck that means. That could literally mean I don't do anything on the first date. It could mean I'm ready to fuck, I just need you to warm me up. Or it could mean anything between that. Like, you're saying that, like, relax, I want to take it slow means I want to suck your dick. That's insane that you would think you can divine that precise interpretation from that one sentence. There's no possible way
I'm
you
just
can
putting
know
myself in his shoes. I'm just putting
No,
myself
no,
in his
no,
shoes. If
don't
a girl's
wait.
sucking my dick and then I go to get a condom and she says, "Wait, relax, let's take it slow."
Wait, hold on. That wasn't the order. That wasn't the order. That wasn't the order. That wasn't the order.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They were making out. Then he went to grab a condom. Then she said, "Wait, let's chill." Then she sucked his dick. That's just really confusing, I think.
It is. No, you're right. It is. I'm not here to argue that, like, you know, she did everything exactly the right way. But what I'm saying is it wasn't so confusing that girl should have left that house feeling like she was raped.
Okay. I don't know if you're looking for one.
I mean, that it seems like pretty clear she wanted to suck his dick, spend time with him, make out, you know, see where it goes. But she, like,
okay, here's
she
this.
grabbed
I'm going to
him.
make this absolute statement. There is literally no possible way ever in any hookup scenario where you can make it clear that you just want to suck somebody's dick and go no further without explicitly saying that. There's just no possible way to do that.
Not always that cut and dry.
No, I'm saying it is that cut and dry. It is impossible that you could ever communicate to somebody that you only want to suck a dick and not have sex without making that explicitly clear. You will never be able to do that with body language. There's no way.
Right. But there is a way to say I don't want to have sex. There's a way to make that explicitly clear. All that other murky stuff you're talking about, I agree with you. But when it comes to the extra, that's why I said earlier, like, there's a lot of steps in between looking at a girl and say, damn, I'd hit that, and actually hitting that. And you need to be, like, on your P's and Q's the entire way, or else you're going to find yourself in this fucking situation. This is so easy to navigate and so easy to understand what's going on. I mean, you had to be fucking clueless to not see that she didn't want to fuck him. And it's so cut and dry that, like I said, if she's explaining it the way that he's explaining it, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that, like, if you are, like, confused, then I'm going to use your take. Maybe you shouldn't be having casual sex.
Okay.
If that confuses you as a man, I
don't disagree that, like, if you've got
I don't want to fuck.
Yeah,
if that confuses
okay, I understand
you, then you shouldn't be having casual sex.
Sure, I agree, but neither should she. Easy.
Well, I think she was clear enough to be. It's not like she was sending. Well, she was sending mixed signals, but about the fucking part, it seems like she was very clear. She did not want to fuck.
Okay. All right.
Besides, other than that, she didn't know.
Okay. But, anything else? Got final words, thoughts? Because we're looping. Any other final words or thoughts for us?
Got you. No. That's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Love you, buddy. Bye.
All right. Bye. Love you too.
I feel like part of the confusion around the word confusion is, like, we're using it for two things. Like, we're using it to mean, like, he's confused whether or not she wants to have sex, but then we're also using it to say, why did she change her mind when she was like, I don't want to fuck anymore? Now he's confused because he's like, oh, but we were just hooking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we've been, like, using two different applications of it.
When I say confused, I think that he genuinely doesn't know what she wants. I think that's the issue most of the time. Because I think you can change your mind. you just need to be explicit about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. Do you have anything else you want to go over? Any other final thoughts or statements, or
I'm all set.
you sure?
I think so.
No other shout outs for Katie Way or
Where's she now?
I have no idea.
Gotta find her.
Okay, this guy's been begging to ask his question. Don't hate the ketchup. Wait, are you even a sub?
This study about saying no. Or it was like an op-ed that Include started. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I can.
It's not a study or...
Can you send me the... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me drag this guy up and then I can... I'm assuming you're King Ketchup. Are you the guy in chat, Ketchup?
How's it going, buddy?
Are you the guy in chat that's saying you have a good question?
Yeah, I got a solid one, alright?
Okay, go for it.
It's Pepe. Now, which one?
Okay, don't worry about him. Okay, look it up.
So confused.
Don't worry about it.
It was like about the Aziz Ansari case. I don't remember what it was called. Let me just go to this website and see. I don't know how to use
Are you
the
okay?
computer.
Are you having...
I don't know how to use this computer. Okay. The week. Sorry.
Yeah, are you?
I don't remember what it's called. Is your chat good at this?
Okay, what are you looking for?
It was like this essay about the story, and I think it was on this website called The Week, and it was really good, and it was answering the question that the girl asked about, like, why do women not just say no, and I thought it was interesting, and I was, like, curious what you would think about it. But I don't know how to find it.
It's... Okay. Say that again. What is it about?
This story.
It's about this story.
This Aziz Ansari story.
Okay. And who is it by?
Her name starts with an L. It's like Lily Loughborough, maybe?
Okay, Aziz... Wait. Is it this?
No.
No. Is it this?
Yes.
Lily. Oh, okay. You want me to read this?
Yes. I'm curious what you think about it.
Jesus Christ.
It's definitely shorter than the Babe piece.
Okay.
And way more to the point.
The world is disturbingly comfortable with the fact that women sometimes leave a sexual encounter in tears. When Babe.net published a pseudonymous, is that how you pronounce that? Pseudonymous woman's account of a difficult encounter with Aziz Ansari that made her cry, the internet exploded with takes arguing that the hashtag MeToo movement had finally gone too far. Grace, the 23-year-old woman, was not an employee of Ansari's, meaning there were no workplace dynamics. Her repeated objections and pleas that they slow down were all well and good, but they did not square with the fact that she eventually gave Ansari oral sex. Finally, crucially, she was free to leave. Why didn't she just get out of there as soon as she felt uncomfortable? Many people explicitly or implicitly asked. It's a rich question, and there are plenty of possible answers. But if you're asking in good faith, if you really want to think through why someone might have acted as she did, the most important one is this. Women are in culture to be uncomfortable most of the time and to ignore their discomfort. This is so baked into our society, I feel like we forget it's there. To steal from David Foster Wallace, this is the water we swim in. The Aziz Ansari case hit a nerve because, as I've long feared, we're only comfortable with movements like hashtag MeToo so long as the men in question are absolute monsters we can easily separate from the pack. Once we move past the few bad apples argument and start to suspect that this is more a trend than a blip, our instinct is to normalize, to insist that this is just how men are and how sex is. I really don't like this paragraph, but okay. This is what Andrew Sullivan basically proposed in his latest startlingly unscientific column. Me Too has gone too far, he argues, by refusing to confront the biological realities of maleness. Feminism, he says, has refused to give men their due and denied the role nature must play in these discussions. Ladies, he writes, if you keep denying biology, you'll watch men get defensive, react, and fight back. This is beyond vapid. Not only is Sullivan bafflingly confused about nature and its realities, as Colin Dickey notes in this instructive Twitter thread, he's being appallingly conventional. Sullivan claims he came to understand the sheer and immense natural differences between being a man and a woman thanks to a testosterone injection he received. That is to say, he imagines maleness can be isolated to an injectable hormone and doesn't bother to imagine femaleness at all. You want an encapsulation of the habits of mind that made #MeToo necessary. There it is. Sullivan, the would-be contrarian, is utterly representative. The real problem isn't that we, as a culture, don't sufficiently consider men's biological reality. The problem is rather that theirs is literally the only biological reality we ever bother to consider. So let's actually talk bodies. Let's take bodies and the facts of sex seriously for a change, and let's allow some women back into the equation, shall we? Because if you're going to wax poetic about male pleasure, you'd better be ready to talk about its secret, unpleasant, ubiquitous cousin, female pain. Wow.
Who's a better writer, her or Katie?
I liked Katie's story more, okay? Research shows that 30% of women report pain during vaginal sex, 72% report pain during anal sex, and large proportions don't tell their partners when sex hurts. That matters because nowhere is our lack of practice at thinking about non-male biological realities more evident than when we talk about bad sex. For all the calls for nuance in this discussion of what does and doesn't constitute harassment or assault, or for what constitutes harassment or assault, I've been dumbstruck by the flattening work of that phrase, specifically the assumption that bad sex means the same thing to men who have sex with women as it does to women who have sex with men. The studies on this are few. A casual survey of forums where people discuss bad sex suggests that men tend to use the term to describe a passive partner or a boring experience. But when most women talk about bad sex, they tend to mean coercion or emotional discomfort or, even more commonly, physical pain. Debbie Herbenick, a professor at the Indiana University School of Public Health and one of the forces behind the National Survey of Sexual Health and Behavior, confirmed this. When it comes to good sex, she told me, women often mean without pain, men often mean they had orgasms. This fucking mouse, sorry. As for bad sex, University of Michigan professor Sarah McClelland, another one of the few scholars who has done rigorous work on this issue, discovered in the course of her research on how young men and women rate sexual satisfaction that men and women imagined a very different low end of the sexual satisfaction scale. While women imagine the low end to include the potential for extremely negative feelings and the potential for pain, men imagine the low end to represent the potential for less satisfying sexual outcomes, but they never imagine harmful or damaging outcomes for themselves. Once you've absorbed how horrifying this is, you might reasonably conclude that our reckoning over sexual assault and harassment has suffered because men and women have entirely different rating scales. An 8 on a man's bad sex scale is like a 1 on a woman's. This tendency for men and women to use the same term, bad sex, to describe experiences an objective observer would characterize as vastly different is the flip side of a known psychological phenomenon called relative deprivation, by which disenfranchised groups, having been trained to expect little, tend paradoxically to report the same levels of satisfaction as their better treated, more privileged peers. This is one reason why Sullivan's attempt to naturalize the status quo is so damaging. When a woman says, "I'm uncomfortable," and leaves a sexual encounter in tears, then maybe she's not being a fragile flower with no tolerance for discomfort. And maybe we should stand to think a little harder about the biological realities a lot of women deal with, because unfortunately, painful sex isn't the exceptional outlier we'd like to pretend it is. It's pretty damn common. In considering Sullivan's proposal, we might also, provisionally, and just as a thought experiment, accept that biology, or nature, coexists with history and sometimes replicates the lopsided biases of its time. I don't think this is going to have anything to do with this conversation.
You don't think so?
No.
It was about the girl's question. About, why don't women just say no? I think it's actually super relevant.
I can understand what she's talking about, and I think it's an interesting conversation that we talked about this a little bit yesterday actually, where I was like, the only term that we have to talk about sexual encounters are rape or not rape, which is really stupid. But I think the Aziz thing didn't have to do with like, oh, this is what like a bad or uncomfortable sexual encounter for a woman looks like. I think it was a question of like asserting boundaries.
Well, that's what you called it yesterday. You were like, that was just a bad date, which she kind of like addresses in this.
When I say it was just a bad date, what I mean is that like it felt like the point of that article and the writing and everything made it seem like he was like a rapist, when instead it just seemed like they had a really bad interaction where he wasn't reading signals well, she wasn't being very clear, and shit just got fucked.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't call that, like there were things that both those people I think could have learned like pretty well from that encounter, I think.
I don't know. I feel like this is super relevant to everything we were talking about. Do you just not want to read it?
No, I can. I mean, I think it's a good thing, but it's like going into all of this like male versus female stuff now. I saw up here it was like things like how much we study erectile dysfunction versus vaginismus, and now we're going to talk about like male versus female surgeries and like.
Yeah, it pivots back though. Look,
Okay.
if you asked yourself why Grace didn't leave Ansari's apartment.
If you ask yourself why Grace didn't leave Ansari's apartment as soon as she felt uncomfortable, you should be asking the same question here. If sex hurt, why didn't she stop? Why is this happening? Why are women enduring excruciating pain to make sure men have orgasms? The answer isn't separable from our current discussion about how women have been routinely harassed, abused, and dismissed because men wanted to have erections in the workplace. It boggles the mind that Sullivan thinks we don't sufficiently consider men's biological reality when our entire society has agreed to organize itself around the pursuit of the straight male orgasm. This quest has been granted total cultural centrality, with unfortunate consequences for our understanding of bodies and pleasure and pain. Per Sullivan's request, I'm talking about biology. I'm speaking specifically about the physical sensation most women are socialized to ignore in their pursuit of sexual pleasure. Women are constantly and specifically trained out of noticing or responding to their bodily discomfort, particularly if they want to be sexually viable. Have you looked at how women are supposed to present themselves as sexually attractive? High heels, trainers, Spanx?
Spanx, yeah.
These are things designed to wrench bodies. Men can be appealing in comfy clothes. They walk in shoes that don't shorten their Achilles tendons. They don't need to get their hair ripped off their genitals or take needles to the face to be perceived as conventionally attractive. They can, just as women can, opt out of all of this, but the baseline expectations are simply different, and it's ludicrous to pretend they aren't. I don't necessarily disagree with any of this. I guess the question is like, what do you think is the call here?
I guess finish it. I'm just curious, like, I'm genuinely curious what you think about this, like, whole piece.
Okay. The old implied social bargain between women and men, which Andrew Sullivan calls natural, is that one side will endure a great deal of discomfort and pain for the other's pleasure and delight. And we've all agreed to act like that's normal and just how the world works. This is why it was radical that Frances McDormand wore no makeup at the Golden Globes. This is why it was transformative when Jane Fonda posted a picture of herself looking exhausted next to one of her next to one of her pictures of her looking glammed up. This isn't just an exhausting way to live, it's also a mindset that's pretty hard to shake. To be clear, I'm not even objecting to our absurd beauty standards right now. My only objective here is to explore how the training women received can help us understand what Grace did and did not do. Women are supposed to perform comfort and pleasure they do not feel under conditions that make genuine comfort almost impossible. Next time you see a woman breezily laughing in a complicated and revealing gown that requires her to not eat or drink for hours, know A, that you are witnessing the work of a consummate illusionist acting her heart out, and B, you have been trained to see the extraordinary, Oscar-worthy performances as merely routine. Now think about how that training might filter down to sexual contexts. Why, men wonder, do women fake orgasms? It seems so counterproductive. This is true, it does. That means it's worth thinking very carefully about why so many people might do something that seems so completely contrary to their self-interest. Women get dressed up and go on dates in part because they have libidos and are hoping to get sexual pleasure. Why, when the moment finally arrives, would they give up and fake it? The retrograde answer, the one that ignores that women have libidos, is that women trade sex positions they don't like for social positions they do. They don't care about pleasure. There might be other reasons. Maybe, for example, women fake orgasms because they'd hoped for some pleasure themselves. If it looks like that's not happening, they default to their training, and they've been taught A, to tolerate discomfort, and B, to somehow find pleasure in the other party's pleasure if the social conditions require it. This is especially true where sex is concerned. Faking an orgasm achieves all kinds of things. It can encourage the man to finish, which means the pain, if you're having it, can finally stop. It makes him feel good and spares his feelings. If being a good lover means making the other person feel good, then you've excelled on that front too. Total win. We're so blind to pain being the giant missing term in our sexual discussions that ABC News' epic 2004 American Sex Survey, which includes an amazing 67 questions, never once mentions it. It doesn't even show up as a possible reason for orgasm faking. This is how bad our science and social science about sex has been. By refusing to see pain and discomfort as things women routinely endure in sexual contexts, even our studies end up narrating them as strange and arbitrary creatures who, for some reason, are not in the mood or stop sex just because they wanted to. But it's not just about sex. One of the compliments girls get most as kids is that they're pretty. They learn, accordingly, that a lot of their social values reside in how much others enjoy looking at them. They're taught to take pleasure in other people's pleasure in their looks. Indeed, that is the main way they're socially rewarded. This is how women are taught to be good hosts, to subordinate their desires to those of others, to avoid confrontation. At every turn, women are taught that how someone reacts to them does more to establish their goodness and worth than anything they themselves might feel. One side effect of teaching one gender to outsource its pleasure to a third party and endure a lot of discomfort in the process is that they're going to be a poor analyst of their own discomfort, which they've been persistently taught to ignore. In a world where women are co-equal partners in sexual pleasure, of course it makes sense to expect that a woman would leave the moment something was done to her that she didn't like. That's not the world we live in. In the real world, the very first lesson that the typical woman learns about what to expect from sex is that losing her virginity is going to hurt. She's supposed to grit her teeth and get through it. Think about how that initiation into sex might thwart your ability to recognize discomfort as something that's not supposed to happen. When sex keeps hurting long after virginity is lost, as it did for many of my friends, many a woman assumes she's the one with the problem. And well, if you were supposed to grit your teeth and get through it the first time, why not the second? At what point does sex magically transform from enduring someone doing something to you that you don't like, but remember, everyone agrees you're supposed to tolerate it, to the mutually pleasurable experience everyone else seems to think it is? We don't really have a language for that amazingly complicated transition because we don't think about the biological realities of sex from the woman's side. Women have spent decades politely ignoring their own discomfort and pain to give men maximal pleasure. They've gamely pursued love and sexual fulfillment despite tearing and bleeding and other symptoms of bad sex. They've worked in industries where their objectification and harassment was normalized and chased love and sexual fulfillment despite painful conditions no one, especially not their doctors, took seriously. Meanwhile, the gender for whom bad sex sometimes means being a little bored during orgasm, the gender whose sexual needs the medical community rushes to fulfill, the gender that walks around in sartorial comfort within an entire society ordered so as to maximize his aesthetic and sexual pleasure, that gender, reeling from the revelation that women don't always feel as good as they've been pressured to pretend they do, and would appreciate some checking in, is telling women that they're hypersensitive and overreacting to discomfort. Men's biological realities are insufficiently appreciated. I wish we lived in a world that encouraged women to attend to their bodies' pain signals instead of powering through like endurance champs. It'd be grand if women and men were taught to consider a woman's pain abnormal. Better still if we understood a woman's discomfort to be reason enough to cut a man's pleasure short. But those aren't actually the lessons society teaches. No, not even to entitled millennials. Remember, sex is always a step behind social progress in other areas because of its intimacy. Talking details is hard, and it's good we're finally starting to, but next time we're inclined to wonder why a woman didn't immediately register and fix her own discomfort, we might wonder why we spent the preceding decades instructing her to override the signals we now blame her for not recognizing. Wow.
What?
That was deep.
Isn't that such a great essay? Like, even if you, I don't know. I feel like this essay pink pilled me when I first read it.
Did it?
Yeah. What do you think about it?
I mean, I agree with everything that was written. I think so here's my issue, and this is why I fight with like people on the left and people on the right. Red pillars do a really good job at identifying some of the stupid fucking shit that women do on a day-to-day basis that fucks with guys' heads. Mm-hmm. And I think that people on the left do a really good job at identifying a lot of the stupid shit that men do. Mm-hmm. But I feel like what people miss sometimes is we reinforce a whole bunch of like bad behavior from both sides. Mm-hmm. And what happens is we live in a system where like if you're watching like red pillars, they want to blame everything on women. Mm-hmm. And if you're watching like people on the left, they just want to say rape culture, yeah. Rape culture. And then like nothing gets done at the end of the day because in reality, like men and women exist together and we all reinforce each other's like really shitty fucking things.
Well, what I like about this article is it's not doing the thing you just described. It's not pointing the finger at men whatsoever. Like she's not even saying Aziz Ansari raped her. She's not even saying that like the woman was in the right. I feel like she's getting to a better discussion where just like, let's start even like more at the foundation, not even about was this rape or not, like more so why can't she even express herself? Sure. You know? So I don't know. Do you still feel like it fits into what you're describing, that paradigm?
I mean I think it does, but I think this maps onto the advice that I would give though, like pretty concretely. Mm-hmm. Did you ever watch it feels so painful to say it, but did you ever watch Jordan Peterson when he used to talk about women like 4 or 5 years ago?
Be more specific.
He was really, really, really good at, I don't know if he I don't know if he. I think this was his job. I think he worked as like a, not a counselor or a life coach, but he took on clients that I think were oftentimes women and helped them navigate things in the workplace. And Jordan Peterson would make these points that women tend to be very passive. They tend to be very agreeable and neurotic, big 5 traits, right? And because of this, they have a lot of difficulty navigating the workplace. So what Jordan Peterson would do when coaching women is, instead of being agreeable, you need to find ways to fight against that natural inclination.
Yeah.
So being able to like ask for a raise, being able to assert a boundary. Like these are things that women don't naturally do, and they need to learn to do it.
Yeah.
Like this, what she's saying here, like why can't a woman do this particular thing? Because I feel like at the very end of this, she's kind of pushing towards, I guess I say it more curtly or bluntly, but earlier you asked me, like, let's say that you were, I think you said if the roles were reversed, what if you were in a circumstance and you were the woman and the guy like tried to shove his fingers down your throat after you had said, no, I'm not ready or whatever. And I think my answer is like, I would just fucking leave. I think that needs to be like the norm. And I understand that it's not, because that's not how women are trained or whatever. But I mean, that's not how men are trained. Men are trained to push, push, push. And so I think like it has to come from those 2 rules that I gave. The first one was like, men need to look for enthusiastic consent. If she's not like screaming yes and she's saying no, because otherwise you're probably railroading her, because she's already conditioned to be more like malleable than she probably would want to be, right? Like something I've said a lot is that like, if you, not as advice, but like as a thing, a lot of people feel strongly about condoms. But if you start getting like through like hot and heavy moments and then you go to fuck, if the condom hasn't come out yet, it's very easy to just fuck and neither party will say anything. But it's because like the woman is more agreeable and the guy is like kind of horny and people just fucking do it, right?
Yeah.
So that's like, but that's an example of where like just somebody asserting a boundary more, a guy either being more not respectful, considerate of the woman's feelings, or the woman being more respectful of her own feelings could like vastly improve all of the outcomes, I guess.
I agree.
Okay.
Am I supposed to rebut?
No. So Aziz could have.
What?
What could Aziz have done in the thing, in the story?
Oh, I have the shortest attention span. Where did that article even go?
Oh, no. I'm just saying like in general. Like, he could have like chilled, right? Like actually chilled. Not like, let's sit on the couch and I'll fuck you like 20 seconds later. But he could have just like, because if she's uncomfortable, he just like fucks off and like they watch a movie and he like doesn't make any more advances. Or the woman could have been like, this is the farthest we're going. If you like touch me like this again, I'm leaving. Either one of those things would have not only stopped the encounter, I think it would have trained the other side to be more, yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't think he necessarily did something malicious up until, like I said, the point where she said, I don't want to have sex. I think everything
Sure,
else...
past that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily disagree. But I'm saying either side had the power to stop everything. If she would have been clear from the beginning, if he would have been more considerate, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think that, like the dog thing, I think we kind of train each other sometimes to be shitty partners. Like, if a woman fakes an orgasm, she's training a guy to be shitty at sex, right? And if a guy gets mad at a woman for not coming too fast, he's training her to fake an orgasm. Like, we do it to each other is kind of like the issue, right? Yeah. But true.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts or feelings or emotions or?
No, my debate lord brain is asleep, and I'm so tired.
Okay, well, do you / Farha think the fact that she remained naked for almost the entire situation adds to the confusion? Maybe. It wasn't for the entire. I think she got dressed before they went back on the couch, but. Okay. Well, good job. You made it through almost 4 hours.
Is that like a standard stream time?
It depends on the people. Some people stream for like 2 hours. Some people stream for like 10 hours. It just depends. But.
Well, for you having a guest on, is that standard?
Did
I underperform?
You did okay, I think. I think like standard, it can be anywhere from like 20 minutes to like. This is probably longer for a guest appearance, I think. You did okay.
Cool.
I'm rated like a 6 out of 10.
Nice.
Okay. Do you want to shout yourself out, I guess, before we take off?
I think you already linked it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can find her on TikTok at my fucking title of the thing. Okay. Well, hey, listen. Thank you very much.
Are you talking to me or them?
I'm talking to them. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
Do you think I'm saying thank you very much to you?
I thought it was a possibility.
Absolutely not. Okay. Okay. Well, hey, listen. I love you guys. It's been fun. Be careful. I think I'm streaming tomorrow at my normal time. Be careful. Rip, Bruno, Cappuccino, Pop, Option, and be careful. I love you guys. Peace out.